Yo,
Yo.
it's so crazy, right? It's crazy because I don't know whether these people are like the homeless people are more braver than you. Because we was just walking, and we came from 7-Eleven. We just grabbed a few snacks and whatnot, and dude, like the dude, like people be holding the door trying to get some cash stuff like that. I don't carry cash on me anymore. I just use straight card, and I paid my stuff. And as I was leaving, he was expecting to get like money, like panhandling. So he looked at me like he was about to receive the cash, and I was like, "Yeah, bro, I don't really got it. I don't got no cash on me." Yo, you know what this dude said to me? He said, "People are taking money off their car, so come on, bro, you could do that. Come on."
You got it.
And I was just like, I looked down. I'm like, the nerve of you. Like, are you like what? Normally people just be like, yo, just pay a couple of cash. I'd be like, nah, I don't got it. But dudes be like on some, all right, it's all good, bro. God bless. Dude, dead pressed me though. Like he pressed me for the it's
It was
crazy.
like the audacity.
Right. So I'm just
Said
like,
he said it's a new era. Take out the card.
I feel that.
yo,
though.
Right, take
nah,
that
that's
card.
wild.
I feel that. It's the braveness for me.
So that's why I was looking at you like, yo, nah. And you was like,
I mean, I got my snacks though.
yeah, but you was like,
With your card?
But you was asking,
Okay.
like, yo, is it from like how you supposed to send the money? Some is it
Yeah, 'cause
cash
that's
app
what
or
I didn't understand. Like, so so were you supposed to cash app it to him? Because if you're homeless, right? Let's really process this, y'all. Let's really process this. If you're homeless,
Mm-hmm.
how are you getting cash app?
Maybe he has a government phone.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You know, he
That's
could be
true.
trying to
That's fair.
scam the
That's
system. He
fair.
could,
That's fair. And I
he
cannot
don't want to say
nobody
it too
hustle.
loud. Like, guys, cash at me. Obama. Well, no longer Obama, but
The Obama
You know?
phone.
Yeah,
I
you
remember
know?
the Obama phones.
Dude,
my
I'd
ex
be
used to
smooth
have
with it.
my ex, like when I was with my ex a few years ago.
Wow.
Like
Let's talk about that.
she ain't damn, I ain't trying to thought she.
It's okay.
all right,
There's
it's all
no
right.
shade.
Listen, I have two of
There's
them.
no shade,
I have
bro.
two of them.
Nah, 'cause
okay?
cause I'm
if
good
you know,
dude,
you
so-
know.
If you know, you know.
Okay.
I'm a good dude, so it was all good. But at the time when we were going out, she wasn't working nothing like that, and I had the job just like that. I was looking out, but I remember she had the Obama phone, and I was just like, "Yo, this is actually convenient." Obama
Super
made,
fucking sorry. Super convenient, bro. Super convenient.
Obama made a
Super
way for
convenient.
people, but the next president just messed it all up. But anyway, let me do the introductions. All right. What's going on? It's your boy G from NYC, aka Simba, the G Talk podcast.
Okay.
What episode is this? I think this is episode 13. I'm with some special
that's a good
guests.
number.
I'm with two special guests. I'm gonna start with the first one. All right, so I it's crazy because I just met Shorty.
Oh, shorty. That's
Shorty.
not how we're doing this.
I
That
met
is
Shorty
not how we're
a
doing
few
Okay,
weeks ago,
okay.
and I loved her vibe instantly. Like I was
I
just like,
appreciate
yo,
Oh, but
just
you
when
cleaned
she
that
talked,
nice. You cleaned that up
He
nice.
did.
Okay.
just when she
You got that.
talked,
You got
You got that.
that's my lingo. You know I say
got-
Shorty.
You got that. All right.
But when I first met her, like she was talking and everybody was just like paying attention, and I like that. So I was just because I perceive a lot. So when you talk, everybody really listen because
I
you know what you're
appreciate
talking
that.
about.
I do.
So
I
I'm
do.
just like,
I do.
I like this girl. You know what I'm saying?
appreciate
So
you.
without further ado, Miss Day.
What's up?
Hey,
What up?
Hi, Miss Day. Hi, Miss
What's up?
Day.
What's up? What's up?
What? And the last but not least, like the most dopest person when I first met her, she was a loose cannon. I ain't gonna hold you. You know what I'm saying? She know who she is. Joss,
What up? What up?
What's going on?
Josh, what's going on? I'm here.
you good? How you
Love.
feeling?
How are you feeling?
Yes.
I'm-
Let's talk about it.
Well, first and foremost, I'm feeling great. I look good. I'm,
You
I'm
look-
with some great people.
look like you're lit.
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely lit. For those of you that know, listen, shroom is the way.
Bro,
Okay?
let's talk about
Shrooms
that.
are the way.
No.
Psychedelics is definitely the fucking way to go. Like, everyone needs to
Absolutely.
trip at some point in their life.
Please
I don't know
make
You
that
have to.
decision.
You need to make the
that
decision.
decision.
I'm scared. I'm
Make
scared
the
to do that.
decision.
Cause all right, I got a story. A quick story. When I went to Miami, like not this year, last year, my homegirl was having that's for her birthday. Like she had homegirls and stuff like that. So me and my boy came. It was an Airbnb, a big Airbnb. We stopped there. Well, we was staying there, and her homegirls was like smacked. Like they looked high and shit. So
For everything.
high as shit. So one of my good friends, my best friend, she was just like, yo, like, it's crazy because when they saw you, they all just looked like, yo, who that? But they looked like they looked like out there, like smacked, like high. And I'm just
The
like,
apocalypse.
and the guy, and the guy there, one of her friends and whatnot, he was just like, yo, you want some shrooms? I got some left. I'm like,
Okay.
no.
Oh, no.
And no, I
The
don't.
same stuff they were on.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
get
They
that.
look crazy.
That's
Now they look
okay.
crazy. That's why I'm like,
Yeah, that's
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I was kind of a little scared. I mean, because I'm
That's
not really
fair.
a smoker, so
Right.
I'll indulge in
Oh,
some
you don't smoke
edibles.
weed.
Yeah,
No,
No,
either you
no,
smoke or
right,
you
you
don't.
don't.
Like,
That's
what
it.
are you
There's no in
doing right now?
between.
What are
There's
you
I'm not gonna
in
doing?
expose
between.
myself, but I'll tell y'all off camera why it's a little, because I'm not, I indulge in edibles, but I smoke here and there, like, like,
So you puff.
yeah.
Let's just say that you.
So
puff.
you're the one that nobody wants in the group.
What?
or maybe once in the group because he's not gonna steam.
That's
Ooh,
crazy.
that's
New
a nice
Yorkers,
way to look
no,
at
I
that.
will-
That
I will
is-
blow
that
down.
is.
Listen,
Because I
I'll
hate
blow
a nigga
down,
that
bro.
chews a blunt. Like,
Pause.
that's not your
Pause.
vibe.
Pass that, please.
You
Thank
feel
you.
me? Like,
I'll
time
blow
is
down.
up.
I'll blow down, but it's just
Blow
like,
down
I'm not-
what?
Pause.
That-
You know what I'm talking about. So why you always thinking negative?
Okay.
Freak
It's
ass,
the
bro.
language. It's the language.
Yeah, that's
It's-
important.
you know,
Perception is everything.
Ooh,
Listen.
yeah, perception is everything.
Listen, as a man, his late 20s, about to be 30. I'm
Oh, you haven't
29.
even touched 30
I'm
yet.
29. I just turned 29 this
What?
year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Let's stop saying pause, bro.
Yeah.
Let's
No,
stop saying
why?
why we
No,
gotta
yeah,
keep saying
yeah,
pause. Why
yeah.
we can't be mature to be like, I know what he meant the first time. Why we gotta be,
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, are we? Because I'm not with it.
Yeah.
you gonna keep saying pause?
Pause.
Yo.
Like, I'm saying pause, my guy. It's like, just because I understood what you meant doesn't mean I'm still not going to say pause.
There you go.
Like, pause.
Oh my goodness.
It's okay.
Just take
Lord
that.
have
L.
mercy.
You
Just
just
take
gotta
that
take
L.
it. You feel
Yeah,
me?
just
You try to
take that L.
justify it. We let you pass. It's the 29 in you.
Yo, it's funny too.
Take it.
Now that's a pause.
So we're gonna say pause.
Okay.
Just
Tell
we're
me
not
to take
okay.
it.
No.
She's telling me to take it. All right, whatever. So, Day,
What's up?
what's up with you? Like, I know you got a lot of stuff going on,
I do.
and if you could say something, I want to say probably like in a few sentences, what can you say to describe yourself for people out there about you?
Okay.
Because I see how dope you are from when I first met you. Even it's about to be a month actually.
Oh, look at you. You have time.
Nice. Keep
I
it
pay
up
attention
with
to
it.
that.
Okay, Cancer. All right.
Shut up.
Okay.
I felt that.
But
I felt
what would you? I know about this nut, but what would you say
Right.
me. Okay.
if you would describe yourself? How would you?
How would I describe
Before you
Yes.
start, Miss Day, I
Yeah.
just want the people to know that I also am just meeting you today for the first
Yes,
time, and
that's
so far the
true.
vibes, they're just cruising. I'm loving it. It is definitely not the shrooms talking. This is real vibes here. You
Nah,
know,
that's
love to
really her
connect,
talking.
real and
Yeah,
after.
no, we
so,
are. Yeah,
yeah.
this is a dope vibe.
Yeah,
This is a really
absolutely.
good
That's
vibe.
really her talking, Day. It's really her.
No, I felt that. I felt that.
Good,
Yeah.
good.
So me, what am I? Who am I? Well, I'm Dominican, and that's really
Oh.
important. That is very important.
We got
Who
two
I am.
Dominicans
Yeah,
in the
Go ahead.
house.
Very
Yeah,
important.
Afro
Heard.
Latinas
You
in
feel
this.
me?
Come on.
Heard.
Let's do it.
I'm from the South Bronx.
Another
but I grew up in the
another
Heights.
checklist. Thank you for
You
that.
feel me? You feel me? We're here.
Big ups to the
We're
boogie.
here. You feel me? It's really a Bronx thing. It's really okay.
I'm super.
I'm a writer. I'm a poet. I'm an activist. I'm a lover. That's definitely a part of me. I'm a dog mom, and that's like really big for me right now, y'all, because like my baby, I got her during the pandemic. She's my pandemic baby, and like she's the love of my life. I love her. I love her.
Absolutely.
She's a blue nose pit bull because, of course,
I
as a
support
Dominican,
that.
I had to get
Fun.
Absolutely.
I was
What
just
else
telling
would I
you.
do?
Absolutely.
You feel
I have a little girl at home too.
So like, you feel me?
Girl.
Like it's like I am like typical. Like it's so bad. I'm a Buckeye, so I graduated from the Ohio State University.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm the snob. I say it.
Congrats.
Thank you. But I'm a non-traditional graduate, so I went back to college at 25, turning 26, and so it was definitely a conscious decision. So when people ask like who you are or who am I, that's really a part of my story because I'm really a believer in like time is irrelevant. Like you make time what you want.
Right.
And so
I
my
preach
age
that all the
isn't going to
time.
be, like a dictator of my success or when I should garner success.
right.
Right.
So I went back and I fucking killed it. And now
Of course you did.
I won't tell you my occupation because they cannot own the rights to this.
Hey, go
But,
ahead.
Facts.
I am a project manager and currently I work in abortion policy. So
Beautiful.
it's big. Yeah. Like
Beautiful.
I'm here trying to fight the fight for us.
That's a fact.
Absolutely.
But really fighting the fight.
Congratulations as a beautiful
you.
black Afro
Thank you.
Latina,
I appreciate that.
fighting for for these wars that must be fought.
Bro.
Facts.
You know,
Like, it's
especially
real,
as a
bro.
woman.
Mm-hmm.
It's
You know?
real. It's fucked up. Like right now,
Oh, yeah.
bro, 16 states, like legitimately, there are 16 states right now on the books where abortion is banned. But we out here fucking with no condoms, no birth control.
Come on.
Like, let's
Come
really
on.
talk about that. Like, that's like complete violation of like the body autonomy, the agency. You feel me? Like, you're really putting women's bodies like in danger.
Right.
And it's like, how dare you? Like, you have the responsibility as a black man, right? I definitely took this someplace else. But I just
okay.
feel like
It's
you have the
okay.
responsibility as a black man to protect my body in that space. Especially when there are 16 states that have banned me, the agency, to decide what I can and cannot do with my body. While also denying you, young man, the agency to decide if you can have a fucking vasectomy or not. Depending on the state you're in, they may not cover your vasectomy under insurance.
Jesus Christ.
So, like, what are we doing right now? Like, what
It
are we
is
doing?
sad though that the percentage of men that opt for vasectomies, you know, it still should be offered.
Yes.
Should
Yes.
still have the right to do so.
to do anything. Right to do anything.
But I think there's a lot of men who could use a vasectomy.
I agree. I agree. I agree.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I saw a meme saying that they're banning condoms and stuff now.
So that was
Am I bugging?
Supreme Court Justice Clarence, how we say
Oh
this?
God, yeah.
Because
I think I know what you're talking about.
But the old black man.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
He has two
So-
first names. That's
Yes,
what it
he
is.
does. So
Got
it
it.
kind of fucks
Yeah.
me up. Not gonna hold you, and I should know better because this is what I work.
Oh,
in, right?
good.
But
Are you straight?
he came up. He has these ridiculous notions of like banning contraceptives, and like that would include obviously condoms and birth control. And it's just like, so you're gonna ban abortion, and then you're gonna ban the protection of the body. So you just want us all out here.
So let's
doing
just
whatever.
populate
Literally,
every state
right.
with just as many people as we can for
And
no
keep the black
apparent
body
reason.
poor. That's
That's-
literally
Yeah,
what you're
not
saying.
acceptable.
wild.
Like you're literally saying, let's kill the black body, like as if there's already not like.
Because we know that we
Suicidal.
are the targets.
You feel
so
me?
It's
Like,
crazy because there's
not-
people that are not using, because there's a lot of guys I know that's not using condoms, but you should be able to.
Can we talk about that though? Like,
Oh,
please,
man.
because I
Why
actually
do y'all like
just
raw
had a
dog?
conversation. about this.
Wait. Not y'all. Don't say y'all.
Oh, you're
I'm
not included
saying
in
you.
this.
I'm not.
I'm not including it.
So you're not the pullout king, because every man is the pullout king.
Right. Like magically,
You know.
you think that.
Listen,
oh,
if
okay,
you want
baby can't
something with-
happen.
Yeah.
If
Wow.
you're serious with,
Oh, you got pregnant? Oh,
How could that happen?
Wait.
How? When?
yo,
Was
nah,
I there for it? Nigga, what?
yo,
Like,
come,
what?
come on.
nah, that pull out stuff is cap, because
It-
like at the end of the day, you gotta make sure
Indeed.
that you protect on both ends. Whether,
Facts.
but then again, some slip ups happen when you're with somebody for a long time and
That's fair.
y'all use protection.
But that's not a
sometimes.
slip up at that point, in my opinion. Because if
Really?
you're with somebody for a long time, if you're with someone for a long
All
time,
right, 1-2 years.
you guys are having
What
unprotected
about 1
sex.
to 2 years?
You're having unprotected sex if you're
Right.
with someone for that amount of time.
Okay.
Now,
That's
if you
different,
guys are
yeah.
just hooking up
That's different.
on different bases and then you're still having unprotected sex, now that was a choice. That was
Yeah.
it.
Then it's like,
For lack of a better
Yeah.
term. That was a poor choice.
That's real.
But
That's real.
yeah.
And it's
damn.
not to say you don't indulge, right? It's not to say
Right,
it doesn't
absolutely.
happen,
Right.
but I just think it's
Definitely happens.
wild that. One, I think it's wild that people think people use condoms as much as they do because statistically it's proven that we don't really use
Right.
condoms. So
We should have choice
that's
to
just
use
wild.
it.
Right. And then it's also wild to me that with like if we're being honest, it's crazy. Like we'll use the condom the first time, right? And then second round, there's no condoms. And it's not
Right.
that we came back for seconds. It's like I'm talking about the same night, second round, we just got rid of the condom.
Because
Like,
all the nuts
what
is
just
like coming out.
happened?
We getting comfortable.
No,
Now,
but
let me
we're
stop
not.
talking.
We're
Let me
not.
stop
Like, we
talking.
just had
Right.
the
Let me
one.
stop.
Like,
I'm-
how did
because
we
that's
get
all
that
you
comfortable?
came with
Listen,
was the one. That's because you already came in with this notion of
Yes,
it's only one.
like,
Throw
like,
that
you
away.
almost set me up. It's like, oh, okay, here, da da da.
Yeah.
Like, no, bro, don't da 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 me. Like,
What's that?
like it's like trying to fidate me. Like, no.
I thought it was something else, but never mind.
No.
Okay. I thought it was something else. You know.
I
what I'm
think
talking
the biggest debate is how good it feels without the condom, and of course that is depending on your pleasure, absolutely. But I think responsibility is the biggest choice in that
responsibility.
factor.
Yeah, for sure.
True.
Because we're out here really like living. Well, you're not, but
Right,
we're living
right,
happily in our
right.
30s.
Whoa.
And
I'm
I don't
29.
get it,
I'm gonna do a
Not
big for
30.
my 30th.
Not 30.
Not
so-
30.
I'm gonna do a big for my
Yeah.
30th next year though. But
but you're not 30 now.
Yeah.
Like right
talking
now, you're
about
not
that,
30,
late 20s, 30s, right?
or like 30.
I'm in my late 20s. I'm about to be 30. You know what
fair,
I'm saying?
That's fair. We'll stop picking on you. That's
And and I'm assuming you guys are in your 30s, right?
yes, happily.
I want to talk. Oh, happily.
Indeed.
That's a new one. I haven't.
Indeed.
Normally people be like, yeah, I'm in my 30s. I never hear happily. But anyway, I had a question for you guys. I want to know, like, as y'all in your 30s and stuff like that, like as far as dating, how is that? What would you say is, I want to say, as far as like dating in your 30s, what do you guys look for at this age now, as opposed to in your 20s when it was just like, of course different, but what would you say is different now from your 20s, from your 30s? I want to say. Anybody can go first.
Okay, I'll start.
Oh, yes.
First and foremost, I'm 37 years old. I look good. The broccoli keeps me young.
I thought you was 32.
You know, something like. And I would say that what I require today in my 30s that I didn't necessarily in my 20s was for an individual to be somewhat in tune with who they are. Because if they have made a connection with who they are,
Right.
then they are able to perceive and handle all sorts of things, emotional, physical,
Right.
many things. And that'll put an ease on me because now we can communicate effectively.
Okay.
In my 20s, I was a whore. So
At least you honest.
I was
least
just,
you honest,
doing my
Honest.
thing, this and that. I have a few relationship, but I didn't require anything because for me, it could have either been a one-time thing or a continuous thing, with or without condoms, But but I didn't require much in my 20s. It's like, this is my goal. This is what I'm here for. And that's that. Today, I'm just like, we are not going to go past a certain stage if I'm not made aware of what you can handle, what you have the capacity for, and how you can express yourself.
Right.
Those things are important for me right now.
Okay.
Because if I don't look for these things and later on I start to take on things from the individual that are not my responsibility. And that sounds a little harsh, but that's just the reality of it.
Interesting. Okay. What about you, Day?
Right now, like, I don't know if it's because it is because I'm in my 30s. So I'm 34.
Okay.
And I say happily because, like, I'm very secure in who I am as a woman.
Right.
And that's really big. Like, I'm secure in my womanhood. I'm secure in my sexuality. I'm secure in my femininity and my masculinity. So what I look for, is very different. Like, I look for safety. Like, I want to feel safe. So I do agree with you that, like, when the person knows who they are, they can provide a level of safety for me because they know themselves. So then they have the space and more so the capacity, the energy capacity to, like, really understand what I need. And because I've done the work on myself, like, I've been intentional about doing the work on myself, I know what I can take on and what I can give. So I'm not really here to play with y'all. Like, I'm just not, I don't got the time. Like, I don't. And it can be play. Like, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't have to be serious. Like, it can be so playful.
Oh, absolutely.
So playful.
Absolutely.
And there's levels to it. Like, there's levels to dating. I just recently got out of something that, more than recent, but, and praise, because she was, baby. But she taught me what it was to exclusively date. So you're like dating and then you exclusively date. And like that shit fucked me up. Like, I'm not even gonna hold y'all because, like, where I was at in my life at the time, it's like, yo, I'm out here. Like, I was out here. I'm cute. I know I'm cute. Like, I work hard to be this cute. You feel me? Like, it's like not even like aesthetically am I attractive, like spiritually I'm very attractive. So it's like I don't need to rely on my looks. And where I was at the time when her and I were dating, I was understanding that power that I have, like really understanding that my womanhood and my femininity is not defined by how I look.
Not at all.
You feel me? So it's like, she got me at a really good time, bruh. She got me at a good time. She got me at a good time.
For sure.
And then she fucked up. Like, she fucked up.
man.
She fucked up. And it's like, she didn't have to fuck up. That was the thing. Like, she was 37, turning 38.
Well,
And
what was the
Same
fuck?
age
was-
as
What was the fuck up? It was not too personal.
It's not too personal. Like, the fuck up was that she didn't just let me vibe with her. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel like age is important because where I was at, right, when she got me, in my spiritual age,
Mm-hmm.
I was ready to chill. Like I just wanted to chill. I wasn't ready to like have this, we're gonna have kids and we're gonna get married and ta. Like I'm over here kicking it like, sis, let's chill. Like it's summertime love. You feel me? Like let's love this.
Let's vibe,
You feel
you know?
me? Like let's really vibe. And she let it vibe, and then she fell in love too soon. And she didn't allow me to fall in love with her. And that's a real thing. Like when
It's
you're dating,
huge.
you feel me?
It's
Like when you're
huge.
dating, you need to allow space for the person to fall in love with you, bro.
Right.
Like, and she didn't give me that space. But also I wasn't, it was good. Like
What's up?
what was
What's
good was good. You feel
up?
me? Like what was good was good. So
Let's
I also
go.
wasn't real
What's
about
up?
what I could have expressed more honestly. But it
Okay,
was good. Like when it was good, it was good. So I was like, oh sis, like you doing something good, and I want to keep that little gun because I don't wanna go somewhere. You know what I mean? So, it was a thing.
so you feel that you had some kind of.
Oh, I played. I was toxic. I was toxic.
Okay,
I
all right.
At least
all
you
right.
can
So
admit
you
it.
admitting that?
I was
Okay,
toxic.
can't admit
okay,
it.
we'll
Like
take
I
that.
was
We'll
toxic.
take
Yeah.
that.
I was toxic, and then I
Toxiana.
left my toxicity, and now I'm like this really dope girl. Like I feel like you got to honor those spaces. You feel me?
Right.
Like we can laugh at it now, but obviously it was fucked up to be that toxic to someone, you know?
Right.
But I feel like the part is now I can own that. And that is what gives me the space now to understand that in where I'm at dating, I need to feel safe. Because my toxicity comes out when I feel trapped, when I feel as though I don't have a space to blossom or to
So
grow.
like a defense mechanism.
It is. It really is. And because I recognize that now, I know I want to be safe, and I can give you that. If you're safe with me, I can be safe with you. But if you're not safe, bro, we're just gonna have a lot of fun, and you're gonna get hurt, and that's on you.
Have you ever explained this to someone and had them use the word trauma against you?
Oh my gosh, yes, and that is
Good
so.
question.
That bothers me so much because there is this notion of trauma bonding, and I think it's
Right.
so easy for people to fall back on that. And I'm not in the space for that. I'm like, my trauma is mine. I've done my healing.
Agreed.
I've done my therapy. I'm very
Agreed.
aware of how I need to breathe, how I need to eat. Like I have created a space to understand this about myself. So please don't bring me your bullshit and think we're going to connect on that. Because that trauma is who I was. It's not who I am, right? And so what bothers me about trauma bonding is that you don't give me the space to feel safe to show you my true self. So it's all like interconnected. And we're like right now in this space, we just want to throw these fucking words out like, oh, there's trauma. And like we've glorified it now. We fucking have glorified
Yes.
having trauma. And it's like, bruh, I just want to smoke my joint and love up on something pretty.
That's
That's where I'm at.
it, you
Like,
know?
I don't want all of that. Like at this space, bro, like when you hit your 30s at 34, 37, like you're good. Hopefully.
Does it hurt when you
Hopefully
turn
you're
30?
good.
Because they say when you turn 30, like things start hurting. Like
I
body
think
parts.
it
If you're
depends
out of
on the
shape.
Like you
lifestyle
turn
you're
30.
living.
Yeah, like the lifestyle you live in.
Nah, it's like the memes I be seeing. Like, yo, let me know if they're
Your
like we
body
turn
hurt
30. Nah, I'm
you
straight.
sure? Are you
I'm
being
straight.
honest?
I'm being honest. I'm
Okay,
for
well,
sure.
I hope your body doesn't hurt in like a year.
I hope not either.
I pray for you.
But I want to. She said I pray for you. Nah, but I want to go back when you said like about chilling. Like when you said when you
yeah.
because I used to I'm like that. I like to take my time in everything
You
I
give
do.
that
So
vibe.
when I'm talking, yeah, I'm like I can be laid back, but still like when I'm talking to somebody and get to know somebody, I like to be chill too. So normally women say that's bullshit because they think I'm on some, but it's really in my head. It's like I want to get to know you. I don't like to rush nothing because I realize when I do rush things and get into stuff like I want to say probably like my last relationship, for example. That was rushed. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna say it now. It was like completely rushed. She wanted to do a whole bunch of stuff, move in, do just move too fast. And I was like, yo, let's chill. Like we have so many years to, be what this can be so much more. So it's like I'm not trying to bullshit you, but at the end of the day, I want us to just to keep building, if that makes sense. Because I feel like a year is like the beginning stages. Like a year
Wait,
go
hold on.
by.
Let me back up. Wait a minute. So you were dating her a year?
I was dating. Well, this was like I want to say when you asking when she was like being
Yeah, like-
rushy.
Yeah, like were you in
Oh,
your
this was
year
like-
or like after the year?
This was before the year even hit.
Oh, so you're really like in truly getting to know each other's stage.
Right, and that goes into my next topic. That goes into my next topic.
that.
That goes into my next topic because this person had a kid as well.
Ooh.
So as I present this topic, I want to ask, like,
It's hard.
dating when it comes to dating somebody with a kid, because I have no kids.
Okay.
Right. I want to know, like,
Is
what.
that by choice?
Yes, of course.
So you're
I
wearing
feel
condoms.
Exactly.
Great.
Exactly.
I indulge in
The pullout game.
sometimes. Yeah, I'm be honest. Yeah, that happens. But I want to know, like, because I'm entering as I enter my 30th year next year. Sometimes I don't know, like, it's like society makes you feel that you're like late. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to, because it's like I want to say my pops, because my pops my pops looks good. He's like probably like in his 60s. He looks great. He doesn't look a day over 60. He had me when he was like 35. I did the
Okay.
calculations. I did the calculations,
Dad.
Dad. But it's like when I talked to him about, I mean, we had a conversation. He probably doesn't remember. And I was talking about kids, and he's like, don't wait until you're old like me. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, Dad, you wasn't really old. You was
at a
fairly,
good
you was
age.
good.
Yeah.
35 was like that.
Yeah.
That was at that mark. Like you're straight.
Yeah.
So it's like as I'm entering 30, it's like these years fly by, and it's like sometimes I be thinking like, damn, am I gonna really be like 40 having a like 5-year-old or?
I mean, and if you are, it's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's
and I
okay.
thought that like that's fine. I'm not letting that get to me or whatever like that, because that's fine, because I'm gonna still look good as shit.
Absolutely.
Like working out and you know what I'm saying? So it's like that doesn't
Yourself.
bother me as long as I look good in whatever I do. But sometimes, sometimes it gets
A little vein there, but it's okay.
sometimes it gets a little, I don't know, like I think about it and I'll be like, damn, like,
But do you want kids?
of course.
Well, no, not of course.
Right, because not everyone
I do.
does.
not
Not everybody wants it, but
Yeah.
to me, I do. But it's like
Okay.
I'm not gonna be stupid and have kids when I'm not ready. When I feel like I'm not ready.
That's fair. That's fair.
You
That's
know
So
what I'm
let me
saying?
ask
When
you.
I feel I'm not ready to do it, it's not happening
Right.
unless we could both meet mutually together and be like, all right, it's time. But it's never a right time, of course. But I want to at least be somewhere financially,
I feel that.
like good, set, where it's like, okay, yeah, let's.
You good? You feel?
If it
good,
happens, if
you
she's
feel
like,
good,
yo,
you know?
if she show me a pregnancy test, I'm like, oh, okay. Oh my God, I'd be so
Oh,
happy. Be
oh,
like
so
that.
You
Be
want an
excited.
accident? You don't
No. I'm saying,
'Cause
if,
I'm just like.
I'm saying
There's
if
no
things
accidental
happen.
pregnancies. If you don't wear a Jimmy cap, it's happening.
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
True, because
That's
things,
true.
but things do happen.
So let me ask you, with that being said, one, do you feel like that clock is weighing down on you? And two, what time period are you giving yourself when you do meet a girl that you do feel you connect with?
All right, so the first one, do I feel like it's clocking? I mean, sometimes I feel like, yo, I'm like, damn, like I'm about to be 30. Because I remember when I was 25, the years just flew. So it's like,
Did they?
to me, it did. To me, years fly by, yo.
What was that?
I remember when I was
4 years
25.
ago? Or 4 years ago?
I remember when I was
Hey.
25 years old. So it's just like,
Well, you're
damn.
really scratching your head about this.
Yes.
Okay.
Because I really be
Feel that.
thinking about it, but I'm not trying to lock things down to age anymore. Whereas, like, I remember when so when I was 21 years old, I was like, yo, if I don't get this by 25, that's it. I'm done.
No, man.
And what happened? I turned
setup.
25 and I'm still
is.
doing
That's
it.
a whole
Setup.
setup.
Right.
Yeah.
So when it happens, I say when it happens, it's going to happen. I'm not going to worry about that time shit.
You
But
just want to be prepared.
yeah,
That's
if
fair.
anything happened. The second question, if I'm like connecting with a woman, I want to at least pass a year and a half, close to probably 2 years before I'm like, all right. I don't want it to be where it's like I gotta, because after that first year, like you said, you still getting to know the person, right?
Yeah, no, I was
Yes,
still in a year. I
You
still had
still-
yeah.
I'm still- right.
Listen, I call that a process shit.
Yeah, it's still
Yeah,
processing.
it's
So
still-
it's like
absolutely.
it takes people. I know
You
people that
hope
was
it's
together for
real, though.
years before they.
It's real.
Yes.
Right.
Super real. Both sides. Real and like
Yes,
it's-
yes.
But I remember when people were together for years before they. Well, I know, like people that were together for like I want to say 5+ years before they actually got married and had kids and all this other stuff. So
But I think you said the key part there, like
Which
the
is?
marriage part.
Mhm.
Like we are so quick to talk about do you want to have kids, but nobody ever asks like do you want to get married?
right.
And like I don't want children without marriage. Like that's just off the table. Like I'm not doing it.
That's like the like.
doing it.
That's
like,
that
no.
safety net she was talking
yeah,
about.
Right.
I'm not,
You know?
I'm not. That is,
Oh,
and
shit.
I believe in I believe in the house of marriage. I believe in that very deeply.
Okay.
And yeah, no, I'm not
Do you
doing it.
stand by it even when things aren't going well?
I do, yeah.
Right.
Like, where
Interesting.
divorce isn't
Yeah.
an option for me. Like, that's like, if we're doing this, we're doing this. And
Okay.
there's just certain beliefs that I have that are godly for me. And because of that, I think that is why I just don't believe in divorce. Like, it's just not, I know it's realistic and I know it happens, but it's not realistic
It
for
definitely
me.
does happen.
Yeah, like, that's not a.
So you would not choose divorce despite how bad things are.
Well, there's levels, right? Because you're not about to abuse.
I mean, I'm just
There's levels. There's
asking
levels.
because people like to take away the fact that yes, when
Yeah.
you went into this, you obviously went into this for all the right reasons.
Right,
But
right,
then
right.
sometimes as time progresses, things can go straight. They can either go really good or really bad, or they can be in between. For example, I was married for 10 years. Actually, I'm currently still married. We're no longer together. We're still friends. We hang out. You know, it was a mutual separation. We just both came to the conclusion that the romance in the level of the relationship was no longer there. And we respected the levels, as you just expressed, the levels to each, for lack of a better term, component of the relationship. And because we had a respect for each of those levels, we were able to separate the part that no longer fed the relationship. And in being able to separate that and still keep the rest, we were able to decide that we were okay with separating. We were okay with making that decision.
Right. We had plenty of conversations about this, right?
I do respect that.
And I respect what you're saying and everything like that. But you said y'all separate, but you're still married, right?
Yes.
That, like, I just had a question. Like, does that still stand where you're just staying in a marriage but separate? Like, how does that go when you're dating other people? Do you tell them like, "Yo, I'm married. This is my situation, but I'm separated"? Because some people, I'm be honest. Like, if a girl told me she was still married, she separated, I'm like,
I'm not touching that.
bye. I'm not touching you. I'm not even. I'm like, you're still married, even though y'all haven't been
It feels
together.
like infidelity.
Right?
Like,
Y'all
it
haven't
feels
been
like
together
I'm
for
spinning.
6 months. I don't care if y'all haven't been for years and y'all still married. Get the divorce. Sign the papers. But I want to ask you.
Separated?
No,
keep
we're
bringing
just
up- I'm so
No, it's fine. It's fine.
we're
You doing-
separated, so we live in separate apartments, separate everything. Like, but we still have a good friendship.
So you're still smashing?
No,
Oh.
She's not been
absolutely
doing.
not.
She's not indulging.
Absolutely
Nothing.
not.
Yeah.
No, have not
That's
done that in
interesting.
several years. There's no even desire to do so.
Yeah.
Like,
Until-
and there's no slip ups. There's no getting drunk together and waking up in each other's bed. Absolutely not. All
All
of
right.
that is off the table.
I got a question. So the person you're dating,
That's responsible.
person you're dating, right?
Yeah.
Whoever it is, you like her a lot. Y'all vibe connect. She wants to move on with you, like in a. What if and she knows that you're married, and she asks you like, I wanna move the process up. I wanted to move. I want to do all this stuff, and she
Right.
tells you, the only thing would be is that you get that divorce, like sign them papers so we can move forward with our lives. What you saying in that?
Want some Skittles?
I might need it at this
I need
point.
to know.
I might need it at this point.
I need to know.
Well, I think if that conversation is being had, then that means that we're in a point in our relationship where we feel comfortable enough and safe enough to make those choices. So I absolutely will get a divorce because now I'm working towards something else, and I'm not holding on to the marriage. So it's not that I won't get the divorce tomorrow.
Right.
We just haven't sat down to really talk deeply about it, just because it's not impeding anything. We don't have any assets together. We don't have any children. It's just nothing in the
Pets?
way. No, we do have a pet. We used to have a little boy. Unfortunately, some idiot took him from us. And then we have a
Sorry,
little
y'all.
girl named Brixton. Every now and then we still co-parent, which is great. Again, we're really good friends.
Yeah. I
Really
feel
good
that.
friends, and it works for me. But yes, I will absolutely make that choice, even if I'm like feeling already like I'm in love or whatnot. But it doesn't have to wait to get to that. If
Okay.
I
Are
wanted
you
to
both
make that
dating,
decision.
Like other people?
I'm not sure where she is in the dating spectrum, but I'm dating, and I right off the bat tell people that I'm still married. I let
As
them
long
know
as you
the
tell them that.
situation.
Respect.
Yeah, because
What is
Respect.
that like?
Like-
No,
Respect.
What is that like?
Respect.
I mean,
Listen.
it can go either way. It can go either way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Peace. Like,
I'm just
peace.
so like.
You're married?
That's so.
Bye.
But like, okay, so do you wear a wedding ring? Obviously not,
No.
right? Because you're not.
No.
Okay. Well, okay. So then, so you're just telling someone, hey, by the way, I'm married.
Yeah, pretty much.
Off the bat?
I'll jump.
Oh, it depends where the conversation is going, because eventually the conversation rolls into it, especially if you're planning to see this person again. If I'm not seeing you again, you're not getting that. But let's just call it for what it is.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
feel
so
that.
if I'm gonna see the person again, I think that that's important for them to know because it gives them the choice. I don't ever want to make a choice for anyone, you know, and I think that making a choice for someone would be misleading them. So basically, not telling them from the beginning that I'm married, and then starting something and continuing it, and then later on saying, "Oh, just so you know." I feel like that took away
Oh,
their
yeah,
choice
that's
to have
different. I get
a
what you're
right
saying.
on that, you know.
Yeah.
So
But you're separated.
yes, we are separated.
Interesting.
Yes, we are very,
Very
very much
interesting, right?
separated.
It is because you're not like legally separated.
No.
Ooh, but you're separated.
Yes.
And married, but you're not holding on to the marriage.
No, I'm not holding on to the marriage. I won't
Josh
lie.
is crazy,
There
man.
were times
Nah.
that we discussed like health insurance and all that stuff,
yeah,
all those
yeah,
kind of things where it was beneficial.
Fair.
You
fair,
know,
fair.
I'm still benefiting from that. I'm still benefiting from
I love
that.
what
You know, so yeah,
I'm
appreciate
weak.
it. Kudos to you, homie.
Oh my
That's
God.
some real shit. I
But-
fuck with it. I respect it. I
You know,
respect it. I
yeah.
do.
But there is a level of respect
Yeah.
to that relationship and to the ending of it.
Yeah.
So I would definitely make those choices to get a divorce if, for whatever reason, I completely had to. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna feel exactly the same way as I do now.
But right
I'm
now you're
actually
comfortable,
rooting
though.
for her to start dating. I cannot wait to meet this new gentleman. in
But
her
right
life.
now you're comfortable with where it's at now. You're just like
the relationship, the
Yeah.
friendship.
yeah, like what up like
Oh yeah, we have a great.
You're good with-
friendship. Yeah,
right.
we have a
Okay.
great friendship. We have margaritas together. We like, you know, it's cool.
Oh.
So you
Yeah.
said that
Yeah.
she's dating a gentleman.
She's
She's-
not dating a
if-
gentleman, but she
if it
yes
happens.
yes.
Interesting.
she's
So-
looking forward to meeting
I'm
this.
Yeah.
here for the bisexual lesbians. Like I'm so
Yeah.
here for it. So here for us. I love
Yes.
it. I love us so much.
I support it too.
Bisexual lesbian.
I support
Very
it too.
necessary.
Oh
So
my God. Oh, I didn't well, the question about kids dating with
Yeah.
kids.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I want to know-
Yeah.
It did, always does. It's
Okay.
cool. But
Yeah.
how do you feel? Because all right, I'm gonna just a story, right? So
Okay, tell us your story. I'm Skittles.
you saw this too. You saw this on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I
that's right.
posted. Actually, I think it was from this pod. I think it was here. Actually, it was. I don't know the show, but I reposted it because I agree with it. Sometimes I
Nice,
don't, but
okay.
I agree with stuff I post. Right. So
Believe you.
so this guy was just basically talking about dating single mothers that have kids and stuff like that, and he was just basically saying like, I just feel like, sometimes, I feel like women just let a guy just get with them, they have their kids and stuff like that, but when a good guy like myself comes along, it's like you're trying to uphold me to these standards and whatnot, but the dude before me, you just let do whatever and whatnot. But I feel like he was like, he says, I'm not, it's not word for word, but he was basically saying like, I want to be able to date somebody that doesn't have kids, no disrespect, but I would like to date somebody that doesn't have any kids and can basically like, we could start fresh like that, where my first kid is your first kid. So I shared that post, right? It wasn't me speaking, it was someone else speaking.
okay.
The single mothers that I know let me have it. Like I was like the bad guy, and it's like, bro, I've been there. I've been there. I experienced that. So it's like I'm not against it, but I kind of agree with the dude. Like I want to be able to like, and there's no disrespect because I'm always one thing
I
about
don't
me.
have kids. I'm okay.
Right,
don't have
but I'm
kids,
talking about the
yeah.
people that are listening that are
That's
single
fair.
with kids. I've experienced that, and I'm always one thing about me. I'm open minded to any and everything. So even if I say like, "Yo, I would never do that," I would never, and they say never, say never. But it's like it happens. It just happens. It falls into your lap. Like, oh shit! Like I didn't think that this would happen. So I want to know. Like I remember you saw that post that I shared. And he's like, yo, I want to talk about this. And that's what actually made me think like, yo, I got to have her on the pod.
Yeah, I'm really
How do you feel? Yeah. All right. So how do you feel about dating somebody with kids, or if you ever did that?
I have dated.
Okay.
I am dating someone currently that has kids.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, it's interesting, right? It's very interesting, and I will honor that space. But it is interesting because I don't have children,
Right.
And because I don't have children, I don't have there's no time that individual is missing from me, right? Like I've created a lifestyle for myself where I know how to have my me time, how to have time with my friends, how to not control, but how to have time with my dog, how to have time with my family.
That's
Like,
important.
you feel me? Like I've created that for myself. So
Right.
in dating, that person doesn't have to wait for me to say, okay, let me check in with the father of my children to see if he can have the kids tonight because you want to go on a spontaneous date. There's really no space for spontaneous moments. It is very scheduled, right? And I'm a Gemini, and my Venus sign is in Gemini. So I'm heavy Gemini. And so for me, it's like
Gemini's, man.
I need you to intellectually stimulate me through spontaneous movement. And I keyword movement in spontaneous movement. And so for me, it's like children, right? Like I feel it's really bad to say because it's like it's the space that we live in the society, by space I mean society, like the space that we live in doesn't allow me to comfortably say like I don't want to date somebody with kids. Like it just doesn't allow, because it's almost like, well, you're a woman, why would you not want, like you're supposed to.
Right.
And it's like, no, the fuck I'm not. Like I'm not. I'm really fucking not. Like I've created a space that my lifestyle is one of accolades. That is what I acquire for. I acquire for intellectual accolades. That is the route I am on. Like, and so for me, it's like, I don't got time for him. Like I don't like, and I don't have time for him. I don't have time for kids. Like I just don't. And that's a reality. And so I'm making time because it's a choice. And you have children, so you can't make time because somebody you have to answer to somebody. That's real. And I have to respect that, right?
Yeah.
But then you have the caveat of the people who allow you to date just them. And they're not bringing their children in. And that's what I like. So can I date somebody with children? Yes, if you allow me the space to know you. But don't get comfortable with that familiarity shit, my nigga. That's not my kid.
Let's
Those ain't my
go.
kids. You feel me? Like that's not my kid and those ain't my kids.
go.
Like,
What's up?
so it's also the pattern. We're in our 30s. The reality is a lot of people in their 30s have more than one children.
Right.
So now I got to deal with, and I mean this in the nicest way, but the same way a woman has to deal with baby fathers, like I have to deal with baby mothers.
Baby mothers, yeah.
That's facts. Like that's the reality, and that should be respected, especially if I'm a respectful individual who's dating. Baby mothers have a certain accord because of the way they're being mishandled by the man.
Right.
Right.
Which is unfortunate.
Which is very unfortunate. So now I am the bystander in this, am completely affected from both sides. That's not fair. And it makes dating hard in those spaces. So guess what? You could be a dog parent, not going through a fake divorce. But, you know what I'm saying?
A fake divorce, really?
You know,
Come
don't shop
on.
there. I still like you, sis.
But it's crazy how you say, like, because they lighten up when women, I want to say like when men say it, like let's say men don't want to have nothing to do with it. It's like they attack us. Like it's like more of an attack. But if you could say like, yo, I don't want to date no nigga with no kids, and they not gonna say nothing to you because
Yes, they is. What are you talking
Absolutely.
about?
not.
There will
Yes, they
absolutely
there's gonna be
be
more
rebuttals
attack
for
on the
that.
male.
There will
than
definitely be rebuttal for that. As a woman, she's
Yes.
being held responsible to want to carry a life.
Right, but I'm saying like this.
Okay.
And then there's something wrong with me. Like, what you
When
mean?
she doesn't
so
want
nobody's
to.
got you pregnant? You
Yeah.
ain't had, bro. There's been situations I've literally gone on dates where people have said to me, "So nobody's knocked you up. You ain't never had no little accident." Is that really the
That's
question you're
ignorant as
asking
shit.
me, bro? Like,
I hate when people be
Right.
like that. Assume like.
so that's where my value is. Like, because I didn't have an accident, that devalues me as a
Right.
woman. Like, how dare you disrespectful
Absolutely,
ass
absolutely.
cornball?
I think that a lot of that does fall back into the norm of what society used to be. It was like we were forced to need a man to procreate and to just be that person.
Right.
You know, I was fortunate to have a mother that always told me, I'm not raising you to be just a wife. I'm raising you to be a partner.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
and
real.
with that, she instilled core values that meant like when you are with someone, you guys are leveling up together. If that is not the goal, then you're not going anywhere because I'm not raising you to be a wife. Unfortunately, back in the day, we were told that we were only bred to continue breeding, to cook, to clean, to take care of the house, to do all of these things
Right.
that didn't give us any values, because ultimately, if you as the man decided to walk away with if all the money you made, all the work behind you, then now I have nothing as the woman that was in the house. You know, and that's a common thing, which is why I think men like you are getting backlash for saying,
Yeah.
I don't want to be I don't want to take care of anyone's kids, only because a lot of men are walking away from these responsibilities.
Exactly.
Chances are higher that a man is going to walk away than a woman, for those women who do
Pressure
carry
on
that
women.
child and then go on to raise those children.
The pressure is on
Fair.
women more when
Yeah.
it comes to that. I agree with that. But I just, from my opinion alone, they feel I'm being disrespectful when I say it in a nice way too. I'm not like, because I appreciate single mothers with children. Like I love that. I like that, just like the strength to see that alone. Like even if the father's not in life at all, just to take care of their child and not ask for anything. It's just like
Absolutely.
respect to you. But we all have preferences, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
once you experience something, it's like, for me, because I don't like to be ignorant to be like, yo, I would never do that unless I tried it.
Right.
Like I like to actually like, all right, let me try this. It's like trying a sandwich. Like, yo, I'm not gonna
Oh.
say it's nasty or like that, but I'm just, it's just an example. But I'm
Are
just
you
like,
a one-time kind of man where if it fails the one time, you're just like, I'm not doing it again?
that's a good question. It's crazy because it depends, because it could be where it's like, because in my heart and my head, like I knew I never really wanted to get involved with somebody that had a kid.
Right.
So if I always felt that when I did it that one time, most likely it'll be very rare if I'm like on some like.
So could you
Try
be
it
with
again.
someone who has children and has a healthy relationship with the father of their child or children? Because I feel
You said children.
No, but like,
Yes.
or child.
More than one kid?
Children,
Child
you know,
or
either-
children.
Oh.
Yeah. But
Children.
Because I wonder if that's like the key part.
I
that,
would like to answer
separates
that,
people.
not as a man, but I would like to answer that
Go for it,
question.
go
You know,
ahead.
like,
I personally would love that.
yeah.
I would
like,
love
yeah.
that because it shows one growth and it shows that you guys aren't just making it work for the kid.
Yes.
Because kids feel things
Yes.
and they feel it more than us because they don't understand their emotions all the way that we can. And to just fake in the funk to make it work and then continue to raise these children, now you're instilling bad morals because now you're telling them it's okay to do this even if you feel shitty doing it. You just have to do it because it's the must. It's the work that you have to do in order to progress. And it's
Right.
not true.
Right.
It's not true. You can choose to walk away
Yes.
mutually and still work on raising that child together. So
Oh, that's
I
different.
personally think that
I
that's
think that's
great.
To
and
still
I
be in the
think
kid's
it's-
life? I don't mean to cut you off.
Absolutely. No,
To
you
still be
can
in the kid's
absolutely
life
still
after
be in the
breakup?
kid's life.
That's different.
Yes.
As it but
Healthy.
You know what's
Yeah.
killing me about this is that like that's become so unnorm when it should be the norm.
Yes.
That's why we're talking about it with so much shock and so much like excitement of it. Like, no, that's how it should be. Like
Without the kids, this is why I'm still being asked if me and my ex are still screwing. Because they're like, there's no way you have a healthy relationship
that's
after.
fair. Ooh.
Bang, bang.
Ooh,
What's
ooh.
up?
I'm weak.
Covering
What's
my
up?
unconscious
Bang,
biases
bang.
over
What's
here.
up?
I'm weak.
Okay, okay. That's fair. That's good. That's fair.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I can, if you're healthy in your relationship with the mother of your child or children,
Right.
I can do it. I can do it.
It's
I
a
can do
go?
it. I can do it. I can do it only because one,
See the foundation.
like I gotta. It's not even that. It's just like it's healthy, so I don't gotta feel uncomfortable. Like safe. Like I said, safety is important to me. You feel me? So if it's healthy there, then we can do this. We can do this. But
Yeah.
if it's not, and unfortunately, I feel like a lot of my dating with people with children, I haven't seen it be healthy, and that's very opposite for me because my parents divorced kind of like after 15 years, and they were pretty healthy still.
Yeah.
Crazy, they're crazy. They're crazy.
Crazy is important too.
You feel me? But they were
Like,
healthy
yeah.
and they showed up for their kids. I'll give them that. So
That's a
for me to
beautiful
not be able to
thing.
see that from somebody who has children and I'm dating you, that's uncomfortable. That doesn't feel safe.
Right.
And so yeah, that's what makes it hard.
To answer your question, I'll be open to it.
Okay.
Okay, all right, all right, give
we
you that,
maybe
give you
change
that.
it.
I would be open to it because, like I told you, I'm an open-minded person.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I would be open because I want to say my experience wasn't always, my experience wasn't like that. So
Yeah.
it's like I would be open if it's like a positive setting where the mother and the father can, like, you know, and I'm not to say I'm best friends with the child's father, but
I mean,
we
that
are.
would be great.
But me and him are
That
like
would be
here, like
great.
we're cool with
It's
each
just a
other.
different form of co-parenting.
That's a different type of grown
It's
up.
a great
That's a different type
co-parenting.
of like
you know?
like damn, I'm
But you
grown.
have to be
Like,
Yeah.
mature for that.
right.
Absolutely.
That's where it comes to
At that
maturity.
point, it's really about you and
Yeah.
can you really handle that? Because now
Exactly.
there's another little human
Exactly.
looking
You're doing
to
it for
you.
the kid.
And what's the goal? Because
Right.
ultimately, when you go into a relationship with someone that does have children, the question you have to ask yourself is, what is the goal? What is my goal? Am I just in it halfway, or am I in this for the long run? Because the long run means also getting to know that kid.
Yeah.
Facts.
You know,
My
and
pops
I
told
actually
me
wanted
too.
to add on to what you were saying before you continue. I wanted to add on what you said earlier about dating someone with kids who the parents are not getting along. I'm actually also, I don't know what to call it because there's so many terms in there for dating. This, I just call it a process ship. I'm in a process ship with
man.
someone who does not quite get along with her baby daddy. And I had a
Process
question.
ship means somebody can come in and swoop you up because they don't have plans.
It technically.
Interesting. Okay.
But I
think I know
posed the
this person
questions. I posed the question of, okay, so what if this process is emerge, right, and it goes somewhere, and we've been together for a certain amount of time. Are you never going to introduce me to your baby daddy because you guys don't get along? Because for me, I don't have children, but I come from a family of 10. So, and my mother always said to me, you can't love that person and not love those kids.
You
It's
gotta
just
love
not
them.
working.
That's fair.
If you're,
Sometimes you
if
gotta
you're
love the kid more. Than
absolutely,
the
that's not working. If this
parent.
person comes with that kid, that is
Fair.
yours by default.
Yes.
You
Yes,
know,
that is true.
so for me, growing up with that, I feel that it's important that I would want the baby daddy to know who I am if I'm going to be around your child.
You're right.
They need to know that I'm a safe person, that I have I can bring great things to the child, and I'm not going to harm your child.
Right.
I want that person to know that. So
That's
that
some
has been the
grown-up
topic
shit,
of conversation. Because
Some real grown up shit.
what's
Yeah.
up, baby, from the
Yeah,
Bronx?
What you talking
From
about,
the
baby?
Bronx,
That's all
baby.
it is,
That's how we
man.
do
That's
it.
how it has
I'll
to
give it
be.
that
Damn.
boogie down. with
You
that.
feel me? We grown
Damn.
over here. We grown.
Yeah,
Wow, I
I feel
quit
you.
that day.
I feel you though on that. It's, I mean, you definitely gotta just. I like I said, you like hearing you guys made me like really be like, all right, like processing it, like because you know, like it's a lot. I could go on for forever, but I'm gonna go to the next topic
Okay.
because we like. It's crazy. I wasn't even looking at my phone like for the topics. I wrote some topics down, of course, but I wanted to try this episode where we flowing and stuff like that, and just
down,
remembering
no
things and
doubt.
just going for conversation. That's why I'm like, yo, don't worry, I got you.
I do appreciate you giving us the space as open Black women to say, you know,
Yes.
what we need to say and receiving it accordingly, even though you're only 29. I
Yo, shut up.
That. Appreciate that very much.
Listen,
It is
if I could stay
Yeah.
29, I stay 29, boy.
No.
Nah.
No.
So
Maybe.
I wanted to talk about emotional intelligence, right? Like just.
That's deep.
And I learned this with a new job I just got where it's like we do things differently in the working space, and it's different for me because I don't think I ever had something like that where it's something called feedback, right? You're talking and you're giving a person you're talking to the person, you're being
Facts.
transparent with the person, right? So I feel like emotional intelligence is not only being in tune with your emotions, but also the person that you're around.
Let's snap for that.
Right?
Absolutely.
So it's like
Here for it.
sometimes you got to be, because sometimes people don't be aware of their emotions and why they react the way they do, right? So it's just like I've come to this age and being 29, because we're going to keep saying 29 this episode.
Okay.
The episode's going to be called 29.
Okay. 29.
But,
Spice.
but I've come to realize, I'm good.
Okay.
She's snagging over there.
She is. I've come to this realization of why I react to things the way I do sometimes, and I'm in tune with my emotions. I sometimes I've had days where I just like went off, like I'm like, yo, what the? But then sometimes you sit back like, yo, maybe I should never went about it that way. Do your thing. I shouldn't went about it that way. So just seeing people, I don't know, just being around people and working and being in a working environment and seeing how people operate off their emotions, off things, makes me look at things like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? I can say for both my jobs, I've noticed this. You know, I just want to say, well, the question I want to ask, I'm sorry. What does emotional intelligence mean to you? Anybody go first?
Let's get with him.
Right.
Whoever
I
want to go
think,
first.
For me, it definitely goes hand in hand what I was saying earlier about being in tune with yourself. I agree. It is more than that. It is because on top of knowing yourself and being in tune with yourself, having a level of understanding for the other person's emotions.
Right.
I'm not saying take on the emotion. I'm saying
Right.
understand
That
it.
Right.
You know, because sometimes we love to say, yes, if I put myself in your shoes. And for me, that's kind of a mute thing to say, because you can't put yourself in that person's shoes. You can relate, you can touch on the topic, you know, and then you can communicate. But you can't take that on. You know, you can talk to someone and say, listen, this and that, but you can't take it on. So for me, yes, it's having a level of understanding for yourself and for the other person's emotions.
Right.
And I think that does come along with age eventually, you know?
It definitely does.
Because you
I
do start
agree.
to question things. For example, if someone says to you, "Oh, this made me feel upset because of how it happened." Now you're taking that as, if you're not in tune with your emotional intelligence, you're taking it as now you're being accused of something, or
yes.
you don't know what went wrong, or now you don't know how
It's
to
an
explain
attack,
it, or
it
it
feels
wasn't.
like,
Yes,
yeah.
you know, there are some circumstances where it could be an attack, or it just
Yeah.
be low key attack.
That's fair.
But
yeah.
yes, but if
Yes,
you
that's
can't
true.
separate the two, then you're just always going to feel attacked, and there's always going to be drama in the relationship, or
Damn.
situationship, or friendship, whatever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
All right, what about you, Day?
It is all of that. It is all of that, and I would add empathy. Like
Okay,
really
yeah.
being empathetic.
Empathetic.
And I think that's hard for people to align with, right? Because it's like, I'm not asking for your sympathy. I'm not
Right.
asking for your sympathy. And that's our default.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it takes, how you're saying, to separate, I think it takes a certain level of intelligence for that. And it's not to say that you can't get it, because I do believe it comes with age, because with age comes experience. I used to hate when my dad used to say that. But it's really true. Like, so when you asked, like, well, we were talking off about it, but like your 20s and 30s, like,
Right.
yeah, the intelligence that I've acquired over the years, I didn't have that in my 20s. So my emotional intelligence and my emotional capacity is different.
Right.
So I'm in a space, like, I love it. I love it here. Like, this is good here. I love it here. I'm
Yeah.
glad I have a few more years here. Like, this is good. This
Ooh.
is good. 30s is good.
Y'all got me hyped to turn 30
Although-
now.
since we're talking about the 20s and 30s, although I didn't require that much in my 20s, I was still pretty in tune with myself. So I was able to meet myself halfway in
That's
terms of
fair.
emotional intelligence. And I thought for me that because of that was part of the reason I was dating older people, because it
about
was
that.
Talk
easier
about that
to
with-
make that connection for me at that time. Although if you really think about it, if you're like 16, 17, these people are just doing you wrong.
Pedophilia.
However, you know, in your 20s, you know, you can make
Yeah.
conscious decisions. So
Yeah,
in
for
my
sure.
20s, I was dating older people, and it really was much easier.
Really?
It really
You know,
was.
that's fair. That's fair, because I dated older in my 20s. So
Not
that's-
every
that's
older
fair.
person is where they need to be and or
Exactly.
mature.
That's
There's
what
a
I was gonna.
difference,
I was about to cut you off, because
Yeah.
I feel like when women, oh, some women, I'm not gonna say all women that date older, it's like they feel like they're gonna get that. I want to say father figure, but they get that more mature guy or man or whatever, and sometimes that guy can be more immature than the person that's their same age as them.
Yes.
Yeah, but
I've
they don't
I've seen
know
it.
how to- but they don't know how to reference that, right?
Right.
Because for them,
Right.
it's like, you're immature. Like, they know what immature is in their age bracket,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't know what immature is in a 30 or 40-year-old age
Right.
bracket. So it's always going to look mature.
Right.
That's
You
crazy.
know what I mean? It's never going to look immature because
Mm-hmm.
they don't have a point of view for that. And I think it's also different when you're dating women. Like, I was 25 and I dated somebody 15 years my senior. But to date, that was my longest and possibly, arguably, healthiest relationship.
Wow.
So it's like, you know, I do believe in dating older. I do,
Really?
if you are prepared for it. And I think
Right.
that's the key part there. Like, I was prepared for that at 25. She would have caught me at 20, 21. Absolutely not. I was, oh, no, not happening.
So
No.
What's the oldest then? Like, it doesn't matter, just as long as they're older than you. Like, how does that go
No,
with age?
It's not necessarily that for me. It's just a vibe.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm
Right. Got it.
really on a vibe for it. It just so happened that her vibe was older. Her age made her an older vibe. But I mean, I'm not dating like in my 20s. Like, I'm not dating
Right.
someone in their 20s. Yeah,
Right,
like,
right.
I'm not going probably like at 34 I probably won't go younger than like maybe 28.
Okay.
28, 27. Like, after that, bro, like, I'm definitely not touching 25. Not touching 25. Like,
I say
never.
25 enough for me.
well, you're 29.
Yeah, that makes
So?
sense for you.
Yeah, you're
but that
29.
makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense. Like, me, 25 at
21.
34, I'm almost 10 years older than you. I'm
I
not
think in your
mama.
case, like you said, it makes sense, especially if you want kids, because in our
Yeah.
primes, it is
Oh well, yeah, that's
healthier for us to
that's
have
interesting.
children
True.
Yeah, that's
if
true.
you want to
Because you're
have
considered
children.
geriatric if you reach
Yeah.
a certain age, right? That's what they say, geriatric.
Yeah, that's
but
what
I
they
don't.
say.
So, yeah.
It's always possible. I feel like for women that are older, well,
I mean,
Of course,
we're
there's
dying
always
at young
possibility.
ages too.
Yeah,
Not to get
so-
morbid, but
no,
like,
absolutely,
you
yeah.
know,
yeah.
at this point, it's just like you probably have higher not probably, you do have higher
Yeah,
risk,
true.
right? But try to have the baby. If you want to have the baby, have the baby.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
this, like I don't know what to
absolutely.
say at this
Right,
point. Like,
right,
do what you
right.
want, especially because the government's not going to let you do anything else.
I wanted to have babies. I wanted to have
Lots of babies, you said it
siblings.
was.
Yeah,
How many?
babies.
How
I wanted
many?
my child to have a sibling because I come from a family of siblings.
10, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Sheesh.
10 of us, 8 girls and 2
Woo.
boys. Yes, and we're all fine.
I'm weak.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
I
Oh
love
my
that.
God. Lord have mercy.
And it didn't happen. After I got married, the focus was different. We talked about children, but we mostly talked about a house and this and most importantly at the time, fixing our credit. We were in our
Yes.
20s. We wanted to fix our credit so that we
Yes.
can move up because ultimately all we are is numbers.
Yes.
So we wanted to fix our numbers. We wanted to move in
Numbers
that
are
way.
important.
And then eventually work happened and the stress of work and all those things and moving up and just the children part never happened. So every now and then I still get the desire, but for the most part, it can go either way. It's like if I get pregnant tomorrow, then cool, I'm going to have the child. If I don't, chances
I
are
feel like
I'm not.
you have to make that a conscious decision.
Right.
Absolutely,
I was about
absolutely.
to
Let's
say,
not get crazy,
It's
but
okay.
yeah,
It's okay.
absolutely. But yeah.
I want to go back to, I think one of you guys said, but I feel like you don't have to have, well, this is my statement. I feel like, because society says like, oh, you don't have kids yet, this and that, third, but you could live a great life without children if
Absolutely.
that comes to if that happens, that's possible. You can live a life without children. Children don't define what your life can be. They can be a blessing, of course, but it doesn't necessarily have to be where it's like I have to have children to make sure my life is complete.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like icing to the cake. Like, okay, yeah, like this is a blessing. I love this. I just want to add that.
No,
'cause I just feel like people think that way
absolutely.
sometimes. And
No, absolutely.
I want to say probably when I was a little younger, I was like, damn, like, because people as you get older, people have kids like that. So it's like, yo, am I supposed to have kids to make like them? But it's like, nah, like, because it's like growing up, I never felt under peer pressure ever. So it's just like,
Feel it now from society at this age to have kids.
It's intense.
it's like,
That's fair.
Especially with all these eyes on you,
Yeah.
cameras everywhere.
like, yeah, when you
physical
having,
eyes.
when you having a kid, I'm like, and I remember, like, I think my godmother said, like, like by age 30, you should be good.
Okay, grandma.
It's like, I was like,
Grandma, like, I'm here. I'm trying to make
I'm
I'm
grandma.
here
like-
for it.
I'm like, I'm about to be 30. So it's like, I don't know. It's whenever it just fits.
Absolutely.
Like whenever I can't say
So when you're okay, so let me ask you this question. So online dating,
that's not our next topic. Go ahead.
would you
Online dating.
do you want the person to show their children on their online dating profile?
Yes. Because when I listen, let me tell you something.
Don't think niggas be out here trying to kidnap kids.
tell you
That's
something.
the problem.
Hey,
Let me tell you
hello.
something.
That's the problem.
I all right. Early this year, I'm like, you know what the hell? Because I used to think dating sites was like trash, is whack.
Okay.
So I'm like, let me go on most of these dating sites and just see what it's like. I
You've
went on
been on-
Tinder.
okay.
Went on Tinder. Went on Black. I went on. I think it's called Taboo. I don't know.
Taboo. What's that?
I think it's all right. Whatever.
Plenty of
Black,
Fish?
we gonna say Black. We gonna just say Black and Tinder. Black Tinder, Facebook dating because they have a Facebook dating.
That is so weird to
Wow.
me.
Right.
It's
So-
the weirdest thing, and I don't know how to. I don't know how to stop it.
Meaning, I
Bothering
gotta cancel. I'm trying to cancel all my shits. It's hard to do it.
Are you
But-
paying for them?
How did
Are
you sign
paying
up?
for them?
I think they sign you up automatically.
Oh, Facebook? No. You just signed like they.
No, I never signed up. I never,
never?
signed up. No, I did not.
So they basically
It's
just have
the
it set
vein of
up.
my fucking existence. Like, why are you
Oh.
fucking Facebook liking me, bro?
Right. They just have it set up where
Sorry,
it's like,
cussed a lot, my bad.
nah, it's cool. Yeah, it's explicit.
just really
It's
irks
explicit. It's
We're not
nothing
30,
clean
we
here.
could curse.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
but it just shows on the profile. It says like get started, so you don't have to press nothing. It'll just try to show
I'm
what your
getting
profile will be like.
Advertisements is what you're telling.
Yeah, but it's not showing it. They're not gonna actually promote you, like show you, unless you want to get started. Where it
No,
says
I don't
and
wanna
stuff.
get started.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway,
Yes.
I decided to do the dating sites, and I'm like,
Okay.
this shit trash. Like, it's just,
Trash.
I don't like it. I don't really.
So you've
'cause
had no success?
I've talked with a few people, which I've I haven't seen yet, but I've talked with them, like conversation, like outside of the dating sites.
Like they're real. Like
Yeah,
they're not
bro. Like
catfish.
I asked
Yeah,
for their
okay.
Instagram.
Yeah,
I seen their Instagram. You know, I
Doesn't mean
probably
it's them, but-
FaceTime them like
Oh, you
that. It's
FaceTime.
really real.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's more.
So I
better.
like to
Yeah.
verify and
Yeah,
check like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But to me, I feel like dating sites is like, to me, is like we're getting the dating site. When you think about it, when we're on Instagram, Instagram is really like the dating site itself, because you look. It is. You see somebody you like,
Nobody slides in my DM.
you're lying.
Nobody slides in my DM. Don't put that. Nobody slides in my DM either.
Nobody slides
Nah, I
in the-
support that.
You
Nobody
gotta
slides
look
in my
Nobody
DM.
slides
You gotta
in my
look-
DMs.
You know what? You're not looking in the request where it says request up there on the side.
Nah, a lot of that is like porn stuff.
the cut?
Yeah,
There's
like
a lot of
nobody
porn
sliding in my
stuff.
DM. Like I would love the cute little story, like on the Black Love.
Hey,
pages,
oh
and
my
it's
God.
oh, slide in the DMs. You never know what could happen. Sis, read your DMs.
Yeah.
Nobody's in my DMs for me to read the DMs. So
Well,
that's
welcome,
not my
sis, because nobody's in my DM.
That's
either.
crazy.
Yeah.
Nah. But
They don't respect us.
I know, right?
It's sad.
The nerve.
The nerve.
yeah, crazy. Yeah, crazy. But nah, the sites. I'm like, you know what? Let me try out for like 3 months. I tried out for 3 months, and some.
Are you
people,
being your real self, bro?
Of
Right.
course.
I got all the questions.
And
for
and do you
What
think you're
questions you
getting?
got?
Do you think you're getting the most of it, considering that you're not paying for it?
Right.
Because it
I
depends
actually
on your
did pay-
success.
Tinder has
You
a
know.
thing where you pay. Like I paid.
Tinder's for hooking up. We all know that.
No, Tinder was
I didn't
not
know that.
originally
I
for
didn't know that
hooking up, but
initially.
people made it for hooking up.
I didn't know that initially.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I didn't know that
fair
initially,
enough,
honestly,
fair
when I
enough.
did
I've
it.
been there.
Yeah, but I paid for a Tinder and I paid for Black.
Right.
You
To
can
get the
pay for
premium.
Black?
Yeah, to
Oh,
get
the
the premium
premium.
features,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
to
yeah,
actually
yeah.
see and go reverse back and forward and stuff like that. Like
Oh,
I actually,
you was invested.
hey, I was
Yeah,
trying to
for
see
sure.
like what
I
it's
feel
about.
that. I respect that.
Like I was interested. I
were
was
you-
open minded.
Ooh,
Okay.
spicy.
And you was your true self on there.
Of course.
I was gonna say.
Okay.
So, what does your profile look like? Like, what did you put? Like, are you cat? Because this is the thing. A
No
lot of
catfish
men
over here, boy.
have really not that you're catfishing, but like a lot of men have really bad dating profiles. Like really, really bad dating profiles.
People
like,
lie about their heights.
Bad.
I heard
Like,
people lie about their heights a lot. but
no,
men-
bro. It's
Yes,
like it's
yes.
that.
Yeah.
It's like this is the thing. Why would you put a picture with all of your friends? You're giving me an option, and it's always
Hello.
the ugly friend.
Hello.
It's always the ugly friend. And as
They
a
don't wanna
woman
stand out.
who dates both sexes, I'm telling you, the females ain't good either. They're not. Ooh, my English. Ooh, the women are not. The women are not as good either.
It's true.
because
stopped
they
herself.
lie. They lie. They lie.
Very much, especially tourists.
What's your sign?
I'm a Gemini. She
Oh,
loves me.
okay.
Hey.
She's like,
Okay.
we're fine. Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do me. You're fine. You're a Taurus?
No.
You're a Cancer.
I'm just saying.
Emotional. That's right.
Oh, here we go.
Tourists take
Emotional.
the cake online. Like
I'm
I feel
sorry,
like
Virgos take the cake for me. Virgos
Yeah.
and Sagittarius.
Let's
I think
not talk about
Virgos have
Virgos.
manipulative tactics.
Let's not talk about
Like,
Virgos.
this-
We ain't gotta talk about Virgos.
This is some manipulation of Virgos.
Yeah,
but-
Virgos, we gotta like. I love the what's it called, the work ethic. Yes.
In Virgos?
Yeah,
It's
you know,
there.
like, I love
100% there.
I think I
Dating,
vibe with
they're
you.
Crazy.
I vibe with you because Leo
Wait, you're
rising
a
part.
Virgo?
I'm
No, she
Leo.
Leo. The Leo rising in me connects with you, so I'm like, all right, cool. You cool.
I didn't know that, but I assume because you have big hair, so it's like.
I'm weak.
You know what I mean?
That
Like,
raw,
Big hair.
raw bitches. Hey.
It's a thing.
No
It's a
doubt,
thing.
no
Yo.
doubt.
But nah, I'm definitely showing my authentic self. I'm not capping about nothing.
I
I'm
think you should get on Hinge.
putting. Oh yeah, that too.
I've
I was
heard
on
a
that too.
lot
Hinge
about
is
him.
cool.
That I was on that too. That's it. That's
Hinge-
okay.
No.
It's okay.
You're talking about you really want to give it a shot.
It's okay.
Hinge is it.
I'm done with the sites.
I think
I'm trying to
attempted to
cancel
create a
these sites.
profile and it didn't work
Bro.
for me. Maybe I wasn't doing it right. Maybe I'm not sure.
I'm
Like,
trying to cancel these sites as we speak because it's like hard to cancel.
Are you canceling them because you haven't been getting any success with them, or just because you're not putting in the work? Why are you canceling them? What's up?
Good point. Yeah.
I don't want to. I mean, I think like when you like on the sites where you put your type and what you're looking for, this and the third, what you're interested in. It's just like I think when I slide through, it's like none of them I can
match.
see myself match with. Like I see the fun facts and stuff like that. Not so much the looks, because they say looks aren't everything, which they aren't. But sometimes
You're on a
you-
dating site.
I mean,
Nah.
yes,
Looks-
absolutely.
looks
I'm
ultimately-
sliding through pages.
Right,
like
yeah,
I
looks
need to know what
ultimately-
you look
looking
like.
at the bio.
I have
I
to.
need to know if I
Yeah.
But the looks,
Like,
when
like,
people say
okay.
looks aren't everything, looks do matter in a sense because
Yeah.
you want to see how this person looks. You don't want to just be talking stuff
Yeah,
blind.
absolutely.
Like so, I look at that too, and it's like I'd be like, it's probably like 4 or 5 people off of each dating site that I've seen that's like, okay, this could be a possible match, but that's about it. Off of each, like the Hinge, Facebook, Tinder, but the people like I feel like it went to texting and it hasn't really
Evolved.
evolved. From
That's
that,
what I've
like, for
found
me.
that has been happening a lot with dating apps. Like you
Yeah.
start a conversation and then it goes nowhere.
Right.
Or either the person's expecting you to say, okay, let's go on a date right after the second, or they're not expecting that and they really want to, what are you doing you to death?
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean what I'm doing? Like, I don't know you like that. Like, you get to ask me
that-
that later on. Like,
that
we should be
part.
having conversations about each other or things that we like or things that we think we can connect through, you know?
Like just meet me the next day.
Yeah.
No.
No, I don't want to die because I don't know who
that
you
week.
are just yet,
Let's just
but
talk.
you know.
Right.
Cause it's like, all right. So I say when I say meet me the next day, I mean like, cause you know, like when you meet somebody on purpose, where it's like you could be in the bar or
Oh,
you
yeah.
see.
Yeah, I get that, yeah.
That's why I mean in that sense where you can literally just like connect a little bit with somebody that you just met for the first time, whether it be like a networking event. Cause we've been to networking events
Oh,
and
absolutely.
we meet
Great
strangers for the first time. It's like, oh, like you cool,
That's dope.
and it's like I like stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I'd rather that than the dating site sometimes, cause you.
That's really how I would like to like meet my person.
I love shit like that.
That's
I
my
want a
favorite.
story
Mutual friends is the
behind
best
it.
too. Mutual
Yeah.
friends too.
I think
you
I
know?
do better in person, you know. No, I mean, I support
I'm
that.
just
Me and
saying.
my wife were friends before we. Yeah.
Why are you laughing? Oh Lord.
I do. I don't know about the mutual friends is cool. Mutual friends is cool. But if
I
it
don't-
just goes south, like I just. Feel
I
like
was about to say, yeah, it's
Oh,
not
got two
always,
sides,
you know,
like-
Yeah,
but yeah.
like I've dated a
Yeah.
cousin before.
What about your friend?
Yeah,
Friend?
yeah.
Your friend?
But you're
friend,
Dominican,
friend.
so.
Yeah, not my cousin.
Oh, I'm
it wasn't
sorry.
my cousin.
Okay,
No, it
okay.
wasn't my cousin. I
Dominican
dated-
joke. Los primos se primen.
No te pases. I dated my best friend's cousin, and it was like a little weird. Like after like the cousin and I broke up, it was like, but the family loves me, so they chose me. Obviously, I love you, Tia. I love you so much. But you know, Tia was always gonna choose me because I'm her best friend.
That's
Like,
right.
I'm the godmother. of
That
my
goes back
baby.
to the kind of people that we are. You know, if you can handle that. Again, emotional intelligence. Can you handle me continuing to be friends with your family?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
build a separate relationship with them.
I like how
But
you
and
brought
that's
that back.
that's the part that was I think hard for the ex. Like
Yeah.
Tia and I were best friends. We are best friends, excuse me. So it's like you thought I was gonna leave my best friend because you and I didn't
This
work
didn't
out
work?
like that.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
you're still her
Doesn't work like
cousin,
that.
and I'm
Yeah.
still her best friend, and I'm still gonna be at the barbecue. Like, hey, what's up? What are you
Absolutely.
doing? Like, what are we doing
Oh,
over
shit.
here,
Absolutely.
bruh?
That emotional intelligence, that was a valid point that you
They
made.
lack it. People lack
Yeah.
it, bro. People lack it. Especially light skins,
Damn.
you know what I'm saying?
That's a similar situation happened to me like that, where my brother wanted to smash my best friends. And then hit me up and asked me if I
Yo,
thought that he
nah.
could. And I'm like, listen, if your game is on point, why not? But you got to know what you're doing, because she's not one of these girls where you just go up to her and you're just like, oh, yeah, I want to smash. Like,
Right,
you
right,
got to
right.
come correct. So he tried. He DM'd her. He slid up in her shit. You know, that was all good. She responded. Okay, cool. Let's go on a date. And he comes to me and he's like, listen, if I fuck your friend, I want things to stay the same between us. I love you. You're my sister. And I'm like, bro, this is my friend. Like, we're not going anywhere. She's going to tell me if the dick was whack or good.
I'm
Right.
weak.
Who is
Right.
that? Okay,
Right. No,
so
for sure.
that's the
Girls
conversation
talk,
we're
man.
having. Okay,
Yeah, we have to talk.
Come
We
on,
have
They
to
talk, you know,
have to
so it's
talk.
gonna happen
Yeah,
ultimately.
absolutely.
when
If
they
you
have
don't
that
talk, are you
conversation.
really girlfriend?
Hello,
Yeah.
come on.
They're gonna talk.
But
like,
they never smashed, so
Oh.
it went well. Yeah.
Oh, good, because that's
She
what.
kinda, yeah, he kind of disappointed her with the dating situation. You know, it's like, are we going on a date or not? You know,
Right.
she's in her 30s. She got her shit together. She wants to know we getting straight to the point or not in terms of like, what are we
That's
doing? What's
fair.
the next step? You know, not in regards to relationship, but just like if we're
Right.
planning a date, let's set a time. Let's find a place. Let's not go
Take the
around
initiative
it.
and
Yeah.
stick to it.
You actually got into my next topic, right? About relationships. Let's do opposites, right? I want to talk about how important, like we talk about relationships, but how important are friendships? Because I think as we get older, some people don't value friendships like they used to. And it's like, I want to be able to be like,
That's real.
these friendships I have with people, I want to value for years to come, even if I don't see you every weekend or
Right.
every other weekend. Like, just know I'm here. Like, we good. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like I want to know like how important are friendships to you guys? Not relationships, but like just friendships, like
Right.
friends with people. Because I'm starting to like, as I get older, I seek friendships, also have friendships too, but I'm always open, like I said, open to new friendships down the line. So I think those are just as important as relationships when you get into a relationship with somebody. So what's friendship? What does that mean to you guys? Like, how do you guys value friendships?
Oh, they mean everything to me.
Right. Okay.
My people are my people. Like
That's right.
you know what I mean? Like that's real for me. Like they are my foundation. I'm fortunate enough to have my tribe goes back to when I was starting at 15. So
Okay.
I'm fortunate enough to have friends that long, and I'm fortunate enough to have gone through different chapters with them. But to your point of meeting new friends, I did my last 7 years. So I turned 25 and then I went to Ohio, right? So I did the last 7 years of my 20s. That was wrong math, but y'all get what I'm saying. So I did the last 5 plus 2 of my 20s in Ohio. And that group of people, those are, I would say, really my friends. So the people that I started with when I was like 15, like the Jasmines, the Russells, the Jay Highs, right? The Shahiras, like
Right.
those people, the Michelles, like those people are family.
Okay.
And then as I got older, then there came the Laurens, my rabbit, right? And that became a sisterhood. And so then there's space for people. And I think we have to own that. That's a part of friendship. That's a
Right.
part of building. And so those last 7 years, those are my friends. Those are really the friends that I have made as adults. Those are my Tias, my Brandons, my so forth. And it's important. I keep saying important because I really mean that. Like you have to be able to honor those relationships because you're growing at a different space, and those people are seeing you in a light that the people from your past, in a sense, they don't see that side of you. Like when I moved back to New York, I romanticized what it would be like to move back home, and so I thought like all of
happens.
my friends, right, like the Russells, the Jasmines, and all of them would just be waiting for me. But they had lives to live. They have been living their lives.
Right.
So I essentially walked into something expecting something and got hurt behind it. But that was my own expectation.
Right.
And so that's why I say owning the space that your friendships are in and the time that they have is so important. So you don't cause unnecessary pain onto yourself. And that's why I think we should all meet friends along whatever space we're in to honor the spaces that you're in as you grow.
That's the thing though, because people trip over like, because we
Over
got
new friends.
not new friends, but like, just I feel like they make like, as far as being a friend, it's people think it's required to like see you in a physical sense instead of like contacting like all right. So I'll give you an example. I used to get, when I was young, like probably my early 20s, I used to get mad because I'm like, you're not my friend. You don't see me. You don't chill with me.
Oh, you
But
mean
people
like
got
behaviors-
responsibilities.
Yeah, I
People
get that.
we not 16 no more, 18. People have real life responsibilities. People have kids. People have families. So it's like, as long as we keep that open communication where we're we're not talking every day,
But
not
there's some
every single
friendships that are
day.
like that, though.
But it's not every single. I'm not
Yeah, some
expecting to talk
friendships
to you
are
every.
like that.
If you're my best friend, I'm not expecting to talk to you every day because
Yeah.
I know you have a certain responsibility
But
that you
that's
gotta take care.
bro. That's what I'm saying. That's
Expectations you talking about?
What I'm saying is that you have to know your friend. Like I'm the friend. Like I check in on my friends. My friends don't check in on me.
Check-ins.
That's the relationship that we have. I understand that's my space for them. So for you, you're not the friend that's going to speak to their friend every day. Whoever's going to be your best friend has to respect that about you. You're not the guy to talk to every day. But I have friends that like my 3 girls, my 3 babies, we will literally sit on FaceTime and just staring at each other. Just staring, doing
but
absolutely
it matters.
nothing.
It matters.
And that's quality time for us.
Yeah.
Right? Like that is still a bond. And so I know I can do that with them, but
It's like a handful I talk to probably
yeah, like there's different
every day. Handful.
friends have
No,
different
absolutely,
spaces.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I think that's the beauty of getting older with people
Right.
and really
Yeah.
knowing yourself like we first started. Like you get to really acquire really cool people in your life if you really know yourself and they honor who you are and you honor who they are. Like,
Absolutely.
you meet some really dope people along the way.
Right.
I think with the ownership part that you mentioned earlier also comes with making the space.
Yeah.
Because owning it and making the space for it will allow you to understand the friends that you made along the way. Because like you said, because for every new us, there's going to be a new chapter
Yes.
to us, and there's going to be new friends. There's going to be new experiences. And you're going to be able to do certain things with these other friends that you perhaps couldn't do with your other friends just because it's not what they were into.
Yeah.
It's not that you're forgetting these friends. It's just like you said, you're owning it and you're making space for these new people in your life because they also fit.
Yes.
They fit. And I think with that, it's also important to remember that just because you're doing that does not mean you're isolating your old friends.
Right.
And I think that also actually goes in tune with relationships, because sometimes people get in relationships and forget their friends.
Yes.
You know, so it's a big thing. They forget their friends.
This is true.
You know, for me, kind of similar to you, I was fortunate to have friends from all ages, you know?
Why you
Go ahead, girl. Give him the eye. Give him the eye.
I just hate that.
I saw that.
Like,
Talk on that. Comment on that.
we're a
Yeah.
fucking sisterhood, and how dare you leave me? Like, I stand on that. Like, I'm
know?
going through
Yeah.
currently a breakup, a friendship breakup,
Oh man.
and that was, I thought we were gonna be in life. I really did. I thought we were gonna be life. I
Sorry.
thought I was gonna be like,
Yeah.
I was gonna be the maid of honor at her wedding. She was gonna be the maid of honor at mine, godmother, all that, right?
Right.
And no, like the friendship ended, and it's still a pain that I'm healing from, obviously, because I'm talking about it. But yeah, I think that, like, don't forget who your peoples are.
Right.
Like,
Absolutely.
don't forget this foundation, because I was here before that, and clearly I'm like, if she, like, even in the space of me talking about it, like, clearly I still want to be there. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I'm very aware of that. So it's like, for this, like,
Right.
what? Nigga, what? Like,
Wow.
I'm your best friend, and
Right.
that's the point. Like, people do get into relationships and they forget. And
Forget.
I also think there's space on the flip side when you're the friend.
Oh,
you have to
absolutely.
respect the fact
Yes.
that the person's in a relationship.
Yes.
They're learning the person, give them space.
Yeah.
But you don't need to do that in the house that we share, right? Because we roommates do that outside. Do that
Right,
outside.
right,
You don't
right.
do that right here. But I gotta honor
Yeah.
that. And when it's all that honoring, bro. Like, we throw that word around, but it holds weight and it's real. Like,
There's,
we don't.
there's a misconception behind the word honoring.
It is.
Some
There's
people
a
assume
real
that
misconception,
if you're saying you're
yes.
going to honor it, that means that you're going to go in war and battle, and
Yes.
you're always going to choose them. You're always going to choose that side. No, it's like, for you, for example, as the friend on the other end, you have to choose you.
Yeah.
You have to choose you. And for them, they also have to choose you, which unfortunately for some people, it also means choosing that other person.
Right.
And that's not necessarily what it is.
Right.
So we can all choose each other in the spaces for each other.
Yeah.
So
I
That's
respect. Yo, them
Fair.
friendships, when them friendships be ending, it's just as bad as for relationships.
Man, that shit is worse
Low
than a
key.
relationship.
I have an on and off friendship relationship. This bitch drive me nuts. Yeah. So
Speak
every
on
time
it.
she
Briefly
gets
speak
on
on
a
it.
Gotta speak
relationship,
on that, yeah.
every time she gets in a relationship, she curves me. As soon as she's broken up, going through it, crying,
She come to
you
you.
know, she's coming to me, and I'm just like, sis, you can't do this.
That's
You cannot
crazy.
do this, because this is also an emotional toll on me, because I love you. You know, I'm not putting myself in your shoes, but I am here for you, and I do have to hear this. And
Right.
it can be taxing. You know,
Yes.
we've been friends for over 20 years.
Taxing.
Damn.
Taxing.
That stings right there, yo.
Yeah.
Because I don't, nah, that's kind of front of you if you do that. If it's like, that's
Right.
just what you're known for doing. Like, you go right
Absolutely.
back to the person. Nah, I can't. You're clipped. You did for me. Because if I see that pattern, I'm cutting you off immediately.
I have a question that I think is seemingly related. How do you guys feel about staying friends with the ex?
No. No.
For example,
No.
Absolutely
I am
not.
okay. So this
I'm gonna
this
say
friend,
absolutely not for the
this
first time.
friend that I have
Absolutely not.
this 20 on situation, friendship, whatever. Me and her ex are best friends. She is my childhood best friend, the one that I'm on and off with, and her ex is my best friend. Like, I trust her with my life.
Wait, the person you're on and off with,
My
You're
friend,
cool with her ex?
my childhood friend who I grew up with, her ex, who
You're
she
cool.
broke up with. Yes, we remained friends, and it's been now over 20 years.
oh,
that
like that, like that. I thought you were talking about friends with
Yeah,
your
you got
own
it.
ex.
No, I'm
but-
still friends with my ex, but I'm friends,
She has
but
to
I'm
be. She's
friends
married.
with her ex.
Oh, got
I
you.
don't have to be. I'm
You do.
choosing. I don't
You
have to
have
be.
to.
We had,
Be
be friends with her just because we're
Yes,
married.
Yes.
How many people are married and are not friends?
But that's not okay.
I agree, but that's not why we are
That's
friends.
fair. That's fair. I do agree that you have to
that's-
be.
Nah, I feel like
not
you,
like
you make
divorce.
that choice. You
That's
make
fair.
that
It's still a
choice.
conscious
And I
You're not
respect her
divorced.
enough to
That's
say
fair.
there's
I'll
still
take
space
that.
for you in my life.
Yeah.
What's up?
Ooh,
What's
ooh,
up? What's
ooh.
up?
Still married.
Ew, right.
There's still the covenant. So it's
I love
like,
this.
You
That's
kind of
it.
have
Piece of
But I
paper.
respect that.
This is good
Piece
conversation.
of paper.
Well, I mean,
This is good conversation.
the piece of paper
Very
is
good
still
conversation.
what
I like
is keeping us united on paper, on file. Together, our friendship and bond and respect for each other is what's keeping
good.
that
That was
alive.
good. I'll give you
Okay?
that one.
Fwa.
That was good.
Come
That was good.
on, come on.
That was good. Okay.
Yo,
I'm here for it. Okay. We're
What's
checking.
up?
We're
What's
checking.
up?
yo,
We're checking.
respect. But nah, I can't be no friends with no ex. bro. I'm straight.
Friends with your friend's ex. So if your homie had a girl that you know? Is that a
No.
question? Do you think it's different because you're a man to stay friends with the
It
girl?
depends. All right.
Yeah, because
So how did I meet the ex? Did I know that? All right. So did I know the ex before I knew? Did I know them at two different
That's fair.
paths? Like
Yes, because you met one as a child and then you met one through the other.
that's what I'm saying. Did I?
You wouldn't have known that.
I've never known of it.
Not met them.
Right.
No, well, in my situation, we all met at a party together.
Oh, okay,
So
so
I was
that's
always that, yeah,
So that's
but go
different.
ahead.
If I,
like-
right. So if my man's was going out with his, like he had an ex, and I known her from another situation,
Yeah.
and I know him, that's different.
I knew my friend as a
I'm
childhood
be,
friend.
I'm be neutral. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
okay,
I'm be a little
yeah, okay,
neutral,
yeah.
but it's different if my man's. I know, like I met his ex from him. Like, oh, this is my
Yeah.
girl when they was going out. That's
But that's
different.
my
I'm
situation.
not gonna.
No, that's not.
That's not your situation because you said you met
I met
them
my
at a
friend
party
for 20 years,
Yeah.
and then we all met her girl at a party.
Right.
So,
So
we all
that's
met her
different.
together.
Yeah,
That's
so that's
different.
different.
I
And
I
understand
remained
that.
friends
I understand that
Yeah,
kind of.
And I love her to death. Like,
Yeah,
fair.
that's
my eyes
fair.
closed.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's different if
That's
it's my man's ex. I met from him. I'm not
agree with
talking. I'm not. What we have to talk about? I met.
Because what is the yeah like
Unless
what do you have
I'm-
to talk about?
What if
That's
you
what
do
I'm
have something to talk about? Because I think there's such a bad connotation to the fact that you can't be friends with your boy or my girls or whoever's partner because you can either something can happen or it can go or it can be looked at differently, all these kind of things. Like,
I mean, anything
why
can
can't
happen.
You,
Anything
guys
can
can
happen.
have similarities and connect on it, not romantically.
I just rather not indulge in that.
Yeah.
Just out of respect of my friend that used to go out with this person. I met her from him. I just rather not. There's so many people
So many.
Okay, what about okay? Here's another question. What about
in this world.
if let's
so many
say
people in this world.
okay, what about if you
billion.
go to a party, right, and you meet someone, and then it turns out that they are friends with the person you ended up with at the end of the night, and now you guys are all cool. Do you think that it's acceptable for you to remain friends with the person you met just because you met them first, or now that you're hooking up with this other person, do you think that you guys should not be friends anymore?
I'm confused.
Yeah, me
Sorry.
too. That's
Okay, so look, so I went to a party, right? And I met someone at the bar.
Right.
We became friends. We started having a conversation, such and such.
Right.
At the end of the night, I ended up getting her friend's number.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you
okay.
went to number 2 instead of number 1.
Okay.
I mean, I was just mingling. It
Took
wasn't
number
really
two, but-
about like, yeah, you know, I was just mingling, drinking my beer. I was there by myself, like, so you know. So we met first, cool, such and such, and we started talking about who looked good in the room. And
that was a bromance.
I happened to, it just happened to be that the person I wanted to hook up with was her friend.
Okay.
So then now, like, we've been, you know, hooking up for 7 months here and go.
Oh, that's what we was just talking about, that we could scoop. Because we can still scoop her. Because she, see,
Hey,
the story.
so I'm asking.
Pay attention.
So I'm asking, how do you guys feel about me continuing to have a friendship with the person I met first,
Oh, it's
being that
fine.
they're
Oh, that's
friends?
fine.
That's fine.
'Cause like I
It's
said,
not really going to last. That's fine.
I'm weak.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
weak.
it's fine.
It's
Like,
stupid.
we're all
Nah, but
friends.
honestly,
We're all
that's
gonna go to the
fair,
same
bro.
market.
That's fair because
Okay.
it's not. It was a situation where you met them the same day,
Right.
basically. So
Okay.
it's like
I
you
think
met
it's fair
both of
too.
them.
I think it's fair
You
too.
met
And
them both the
technically,
same
y'all
day.
met on a bromance.
That's
Yeah,
different,
I
bro.
think
And
it's
then it was
fair
like,
too.
oh, I want to smash your friend.
You
Yeah.
met them both the same day,
Yeah,
so that
so-
doesn't. That's all right. Whatever.
Alright,
That's like me
cool.
meeting two girls.
Y'all heard it here first. It's all right, baby.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, how you explained it, I hope you.
Yeah. No, that was the right. No, that was the story. That was the
being
story.
loud,
Hold up,
'cause we
hold
don't
up.
lie on the G
We not
Talk
keeping
podcast.
thing. That was the
Alright.
story.
But nah, like that's fair,
That's the
bro.
story.
I don't-
But they
Yeah.
can't. That's fair.
That's like me
Right?
being
I
friends with
think
two
so.
girls. I met
So-
two girls at the club, and I met the other
everybody
one
just
friend.
mean everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
We
different.
mingling.
Oh,
That's what it's about. At this
I
age.
mingle. I just
Yeah.
kick it. Nobody slides in my DMs. So I don't.
Nobody says in my
Chat.
DM either.
I'm saying.
But
Chat.
at the bar is a different thing.
I will say.
Sliding days
personally,
DMs.
you be-
We sliding, but you
What's your
know.
Instagram?
Slide
Slide in her
high.
DMs right now.
No, no.
Get up
Slide
in it.
Josh-
Get up in it.
Slide
Be
in-
cute with it, y'all. Be
She
cute.
said,
with
"Be
it.
cute with
Be
it." How?
cute
All right.
with
So how would a person? How would you? What would make you respond to a person's DM that you don't know?
it. You got to make me laugh. It got to be like something.
Like a one-liner that'll make you
No,
laugh, make you
honestly,
interested.
I ain't even gonna hold you. I like dad jokes. You want to hear one?
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Okay.
Oh
okay.
God.
I love it. I love it. Okay. What do you call a fake noodle?
What?
An impasta.
Yo, give me another one. Give me another one.
I don't have any.
Yo, what?
Oh my gosh.
I'm weak.
I use
cute.
that
That
all
was
the time,
cute.
and it works.
Yeah,
You see
that
how
was
it just
cute.
made you giggle?
Yeah, that was
Oh,
cute.
so I see.
Work.
All right, so that would be like a, like a little icebreaker, like a funny.
It is. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like because it's the same with how you were saying
out the
online
box.
dating, right? Like online dating, if you're sliding in my DMs to the point you made, it's pretty much the same thing. So
Yeah.
I don't know you. I really don't know you. So don't be so familiar. Don't baby.
Don't be like,
honey,
hey,
sugar.
yeah.
Don't say
Yeah.
hey because I am not a horse.
It's off-putting.
Do not say hey. It's very off-putting. So it's just like
Yo.
come correct, and correct is funny for me. For
Indeed.
me, correct is funny.
That's different. I'm gonna use that.
Like, I
what do you
love
call?
funny.
That's different.
Because either she's
'Cause it's
gonna
like a
laugh-
what?
Exactly.
And
She's
then
gonna
it's
be
gonna
like,
make
"This
them
is for me."
intrigued.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gotcha, my
Put it
guy,
there.
part of my
partner.
life.
My
Yeah.
guy, part of my
Yeah.
little my guy.
It's a
Okay.
thing. It's a
All right, so I got another topic, right?
Okay, tell
we've been flowing. You see how we've been flowing, and I haven't really been looking at my phone. But I'm actually gonna look at my phone for this quote, right?
Okay.
So I saw this quote. I think you shared it, and I loved this post. Like I loved it. Yes, you shared it,
Yeah.
and this made me like, yes, this is what I want ultimately, right? So I'm gonna just read it so you get like, and you tell me what it means to you, right?
Okay.
So it says, I actually don't want to climb any corporate ladders. I don't care about the job titles. I don't need the accolades. I just want to have an income to fund my lifestyle, not be depressed, help other people, and be around good humans. That's it. That's it. Like, that spoke to me because I don't care. Like, when I'm at like a new job or whatever the case is, I don't care about being manager, being the top boss, the top dog, because ultimately that's not my passion. That's my goal. That's not what I want to fund my lifestyle, what I really want to do. This is just something to fund, like actually funds, like have money to
Yeah.
use towards my goal. So I don't care about, like I said, I don't care about the accolades. I don't care about none of that shit. I just want a lifestyle I could be able to fund off of my passion. Like that's all I want to do. Whether it be media, artistry, acting, like that's what I ultimately want to do. So, like me reading that, what does that mean to y'all? Like, can y'all relate? Or
Oh yeah.
I
I know you shared it, so I definitely
Yeah.
know you
yeah,
relate.
Right.
So what?
First of all, I think that's a great comment or meme or meme.
It was a Twitter. It was a Twitter.
Okay, I think it's great.
Post.
I think
Twitter's the wave.
It
I
is.
think accolades are generational. Correct me if I'm wrong here. And I say that because back in the days, we needed to climb the ladder. It was less about being happy with what you were doing and about climbing the ladder to sustain your family, you know, and to keep going. Whether it was getting a degree and getting out the house and being the first to do it, or whether it's keeping that job to keep the money flowing to keep that house that you bought. You know, today we have the ability, we have the platforms to have that choice.
Right.
You know, so we don't have to gear up for these things and continue to climb the ladder. We could just get in and get out. You know, we can supply
Negotiate.
negotiate and supply our wants.
Right.
Back in the day, it was about your needs.
Mm.
You know, today we can use the two, your wants and your needs.
Intertwine it.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
1000%.
Since I took the post from you, because I definitely saw that post on your story. I'm like, yo, this shit
what's
hit.
up?
Right.
So what does that mean to you?
It
yo?
means everything. Like I went back to school because I won accolades.
Yeah.
Right? Like my early 20s, I was out here having a really good time networking, right?
Right.
So what that meant for me in my early 20s. And so, yeah, when I went back to college, I was like, I want to get this degree. I'm going to do this. I'm going to sit on this board. I'm going to be a part of this organization, da, 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 da. And I did it. I did all of it. And I was so fucking burnt out. Like, it's to the point that now I'm really living. Like, I wasn't living in that moment. It was, and just like that, it was 7 years. And like, that's it. Like, literally, that's it. And now I'm in a space where my accolades mean something different. The reward is different. What I'm aspiring for is different.
You did
And
that,
that's-
girl. You did
feel me?
that.
Thank
You
you.
did that.
And it's peace now. Like I really like life is meant to be lived, and I'm truly living it. Like
That's
that is
right.
1000% my quote. Like I'm not chasing that. Like there's no high I'm chasing anymore.
Right.
Like I'm good. I'm really really at peace, and because I'm at peace, I can live so much differently, and I glow differently, and I vibe differently. So that's why I posted
See
that.
why
That's what
she
it
dope.
means.
That's right.
See?
Absolutely.
See the vibe? She
I
dope,
support
man.
that. I support that all the way. I think when you set goals for yourselves that are that important, you're not you're not living, but
Right.
you are living and you're striving because you're
Yeah.
working towards something. You know, I have a running joke where I say I retire every year because every year I have a different
Ooh,
job,
right.
but it's mostly because I'm also living through the fact that I just want to supply my art.
Doesn't
I
align
wanna
with
live
what I want.
happily. I want to, but I am also someone that academia will work great for me. Academics would be great for me. I love school. I love writing. I love,
Facts.
speaking. It's just great. And I think school is very important for those who can take it and run with it.
Yes.
And for those who just feel like, you need something to fall back on.
They
You know,
say
it's
our
important to have that
generation.
plan B.
I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off. They say our generation is the most fuck that job shit.
Yeah.
They could be like,
That's
yo,
Look what you
Fucking
have.
should be.
Look what you have. You have everything
be
in
like,
front of you to
"Fuck
be
that
able to
shit."
do that.
yeah.
For real though,
You know?
like, for real, you have everything to either come up with a side hustle, come up with
Yeah.
a hobby, so you can have just an escape. You have to negotiate the salary.
Mm.
Like that's what it's about. Like you don't like. I mean this in the nicest way. Like you don't retire there anymore. Like you
No.
just don't. You put in a year. You put in maybe 2 years. Like honestly, you could really put in 18 months and then negotiate out.
Absolutely.
Just saying.
Absolutely.
Like you just need to know the trade of the land and move on to the next place. Because when you think about it, the way inflation works now.
Oh,
You need to chase the dollar.
Absolutely.
It is a chase of the
Yes.
dollar. So I'm only going to give you 18, maybe 24 months, and then I'm on to the next one. Because that next one, that salary, I might be able to get 5 times more. And if I don't get it on the front end, I can get it in stock. I can get it on mental health leave. I can get it in maternity leave. I
Absolutely.
can
So
get
many
it in a corporate
options.
card. Like
Absolutely.
it doesn't have to be monetary. It can mean funding my art. Maybe
That's
I
right.
get a grant out of that.
absolutely.
Right? And
You got to
so
work the system.
You got to work the
know?
system.
Always.
And
Yeah.
I'm working the system.
I'm one that's
That's right.
work-
You
You
have
can't
to
give them
work
these
the
5 years
system.
no more, y'all. Like it's not what for what? Because when you think about the salary you'll be making once you hit that 5 years, that's why everybody gets so mad when the entry person is making as much
Yeah.
as you's making. Bro, nobody told you to stay here that long.
Right.
No,
Why you mad at me?
exactly.
Like what?
Yeah. I actually was having a conversation with someone today about the fact that you can do exactly that. You can go in negotiating.
Yep.
Because you know what you're doing. Yes, this is a different company, a different job, different position, and you're ready to learn it. But you already know what you're going in with, and therefore you don't just settle. You ask for what you want, and you get it.
1,000%.
okay.
So,
Negotiate, bro.
yeah,
Always
Right.
negotiate.
Yeah.
Always. I never take it. Never take the first offer. You're gonna
Yeah.
give me something.
Absolutely.
Even if it's just an extra day off. Make me feel like I won.
Hello.
Like I won.
I've actually had people look at my resume and say, "Wow, this is pretty lengthy. What's going on here? Like, are you not able to, maintain a job?" And I usually respond with, "You can call anyone on that resume and ask them about my performance."
Oh wow.
So just because I am not giving you, just because I'm going in with this with the mindset of I'm already leaving in a year, doesn't mean I'm going to slack at what I'm doing, because
Right.
I know that I'm
That
going to
part.
need it.
Yes.
This is for my. Para yo acelerarme, as we say in Spanish, so
Ooh,
that I could get
baby.
ahead. Like, so
You gotta have your own personal
that's right.
Rolodex.
Got to
That's
make
what
it work
is.
for you.
That's all a resume is. A resume
That's
is
it.
just a paper form of your Rolodex.
That's it.
That's it.
That's what's up, bro.
And they got to honor it again, because when you go in, basically off the top, knowing what you coming in with and talking your shit, because you got to talk your shit.
Gotta talk your
You
shit.
know what I mean? They're gonna look at you and feel like, well, who do you think you are?
Right.
It's crazy because we talked about this earlier about knowing your worth and shit. And
Absolutely.
Fuck them other people. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Because they don't matter.
Say it again.
But I see that as like, because being someone that doesn't care about that, but like the accolades and basically like working somewhere where it's like I'm just there just to collect the money and use it for my lifestyle. It's like when I try to do like, when you try to move up, it's like they shut me out.
Block
And it's
you.
like, yeah, and it's
Right.
like,
Yeah.
it's like I've had so much experience here. I should be way further than where I'm at. It's people that was at my job after me that got promoted. So it's like you gotta think about the politics too that come with shit too, because it's like
That's why you
I feel like
Okay.
that's why you
Go for
just
a year and
dip.
get out.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. We spoke about this.
Listen,
I got the
he
plan.
knows, he knows.
I got the
love
plan
that.
in
I
motion.
got out today, baby.
I got the plan in
I love
motion.
that.
She
I
got out today. I got the plan in motion.
I
She
love
got
that.
out. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
that.
Yeah,
I love
I
that.
quit today. I
Good for
sent
you.
the email to the CEO, CFO, and I quit. I was
Quit like that?
I come first. Like I absolutely come first. I would have been happy to continue on with the job, one because I enjoyed it, and two because I do love the mental health field. I love it. I really feel like
Definitely.
it was for me. I really feel like I fit in great. But I can't choose a level of unhealthy mental stability for myself just because I'm choosing to come to work. Paying my bills can't be enough.
Ooh.
it can't be enough. You know, there has to be more motivation than this. And if
Respect.
paying my bills is the only motivation, I could do that somewhere else.
That's
Respect.
That's fact.
So I had to choose me.
Especially
You
because
know?
it is an employee market right now. So.
Hello. And I leave with my work ethic. It doesn't stay behind.
Yeah.
And essentially I was the best.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm good with my decision.
So when you gonna get out, bro?
What's
Because we see
Well,
joy
Actually,
over
before
here.
you answer
See
that,
this joy you need.
oh,
that joy.
let's go, babe. Before you answer that, I wanted to say that you might not be working towards accolades in the job, but you are working towards accolades in the things that make you happy, that you want to continue to do. So it's always important to keep that same level of drive.
True.
Real quick, if you could try to rap like within maybe a minute, the next guest is downstairs.
Got you.
All right, no doubt.
Got you. Well, long story short, I just want to say about that with answering your question. I think you definitely are right, because I feel like you gotta achieve that, I guess, that level of just knowing what you want to do as far as like getting to that place. And I don't know, like I guess me being here for a couple years has showed me that I need to have other options lined up. And it's gonna take time for that shit, which it came to me ultimately. So I'm like, all right, I got a backup plan. I know what to do.
But you're the only option. Oh,
Right.
and
But ladies, this has been great. I've loved the conversation.
Fantastic.
So
Um,
good. I loved it. So
Without
good.
further ado, just share your Instagrams or people can contact you and stuff like that. Because I know you're doing your thing.
I am all day with Day. So
Yes, sir.
real good play on my name, all day with Day, and it's on Instagram and TikTok. So
Yeah, with your best self.
you feel me? I love a little
Josh.
TikTok.
I'm Joss. My Instagram is Dayon, DOY, number 3 and number 3. Simple as that. Don't be sliding up in my DMs, please.
Slide her DMs. So
don't
she
be
be
sliding
on
up
the
in my
gram.
DMs.
So she be on the
all
gram
right?
more, 'cause
I'm not
she's
here
never on
for
the
it.
gram, bro.
I mean, I'm not really on the gram. It's not really my thing, but you know.
If
And
you're gonna slide into mine, dad jokes.
dad joke.
They work.
I'm gonna use that.
They
Yeah.
work, bro.
But thank you, ladies.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, this is a good time.
It's your boy G of the G Talk podcast. I'm out.